For the Gambia, our homeland, we strive and work and pray that all may live in unity, freedom, and peace each day. Let justice guide our actions towards the common good, and join our diverse peoples to prove man's brotherhood. We pledge our firm allegiance, our promise we will keep us, great God of nations, to the ever true.
Yes, Gambia, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We want everybody to come home. Welcome home, Binto Media Network. We are back again on this election night. It's called National Service. Everybody come in. Let's do this work and let's try to do it right. I have a special guest here. My experts, they are here with me. We will continue where we stopped yesterday. Kunun danta nundameng, wala keta birin results all nata independent in the IEC, Independent Electoral Commission ko ibita break la. So we are honored. Nko na brother sol na koto keli mini bijam. Ni nala mambata. They are always ready for call serve. Ibijanne ini hakilindingolu mafali ngawli le sammanang bare binabe analysis dila mbe geso dol sotole ben join na mbe dunna ko kono mbe continue la results all min tuta mbe muruna koto mal konole ngawli be ridaliye nga be fatam fansale ibe yemin soto ya analysis min soto ibabe dila nyi janne ya senendi nyem fangol la local language la ba jahaselal bawo dol fanam ben kono wala angalele soneyata dol surwa kan la so siobele soneyata so Melvin fanam bina kanne yes, so we have for the chor kotoke Abidjan Anatale Dabah Malik on the show be Dabah Malik la game olem he is going to coordinate this show. We have Mel Ateluala Bunda Ateola Long and he will deal with the laws and everything else. So I welcome each and every one of you. I'm honored again to be here. Gambians are coming in and this is it. This is it. So Kotoge Fode.
Yes.
Left Alia Kontondoroka, then we go over the results where we stopped yesterday. Dabah will go over the results for us. And Mel, Yala, welcome. Go ahead, Brother Chor.
Thank you very much. But when you opportunities, or opportunities, new askan bi ñu nga xamne ñoy deglu setan di len nuyu di len gërem di len wax ne assalamu alaykum di nuyu suma ñaari landed brothers moy Daba Malik ak Melvin Robertson Roberts. I am definitely honored and humbled to share this platform with you people. With your vast knowledge and experience, I hope we'll be able to serve the listeners, give them authentic information that they will use to be able to think, reason, and make good judgment. And in making decisions, they should be able to make a well-informed decision. So, Manglena Grem yen mi nekk si panel bi tey di leen wax ne kontaan naa trop to share this platform with you. Madam Presenter Bintu Jata Ba, ñaari santa yëpp nag doy nañ waar ba
two in one.
waaw joola ak pol loolu moom beneen la waaye bente rek di la gërëm yow tamit sa taxawaay since bi nga started this platform.
Thank you.
And probably xamuloo ko waaye the amount of awareness being raised people and involvement in the democratization process of our country amul dayoo. lii la nit mun a defaral sa réew balaa nga laajte sa bopp lan la masuma réew di defaral nga laajte sa bopp yow lan nga contribute ak num tuuti yaa ngi fayal sa bopp sa Wi-Fi or whatever it is, the streaming and everything. dafa lay di jël sa time di oote nit ñi pour ñu ñëw di déglu. so loolu am na solo trop. baadiŋolu mbaal kontonna assalamualaikum fode corlom toti ambe nayani broda sol minu yalon ko alaman sa talla e karafallon dola mi yiri wata min kete daba maliki anen Melvin Roberts mbafle ko assalamualaikum kontanta pour ni ben fanta ba klingoto ka kumolu jube be lari nyamin anin ka kibarol jajjandi ba katala ba ke kibarol min sahatan ko jajjandi taje mon pe mirano ni mira se dalilo ke la miro la se kitio teno min sahata bari ñing kontondiro butala ite fana binto mbe kontonna mbe jayla ilo tulato.
Thank you.
donc dingo kanyene ke banko e ibuke famo ñinin ka banko be mune kalanye polo kame mira be min kala banko e andon kabre ñim banta baye la nim bitema mole karan jamale ke je o karan kono yela kufula le fale min kumata wolom daji koti ani manya kata politiko la karon don se dangale jangam mol be konto ngapo ko bismillah ala baraka.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Melville?
Yes, ma'am.
You are welcome once again.
You're right. Thank you very much. Good evening to every one of you. Quite a very exciting and roller coaster moment for us all. My take and observation, I think I have expressed earlier on this morning when we had the previous show on your platform, that from all indication, it has been a very peaceful elections. Gambians went out, Gambians voted overwhelmingly, and they did so within the confines of the law. And I think this is commendable. And I had said prior that all the respective political leaders should be commended, party leaders, independent candidates, for prevailing on their militants to mostly observe a very law-abiding process whilst exercising their civic rights. Now, we have been overtaken by events because I think a few things have come up recently within the last couple of hours or so. What we saw was a coalition of respective presidential candidates who have come together to collectively challenge and reject the election results as proclaimed by the Independent Electoral Commission thus far. My observation, as far as my knowledge is concerned, within the jurisdiction of the Gambia and within the confines of the law, there is absolutely no law stipulated anywhere that says that the election results should be declared within 24 hours.
Okay.
Such a law does not exist as far as I am concerned. I don't know it all, so I stand to be corrected. And if any of your viewership know of any such law, please, they can come forward to cite such a provision and where it could be found. That said, I am also of the view that the appetite was there for a coalition to come together, to stand together, to unite together prior to the elections. There was a call, a clarion call, for the opposition to come together as one united force to go against the incumbent. But the appetite was not there at the moment. And therefore, I am of the view that the collective and joint venture in rejecting the election results after the fact is not in the spirit of what is best and good for the Gambia. I would have loved to see a coalition prior to the elections and not after. What this shows is that some of our leaders, I'm not saying all, but some of our leaders still put self before country. Because if you can collectively come together, if you can meet each other on a common ground, on a common platform, and share a common denominator to reject and challenge an election result, I am sure you could have put such differences aside to come together and stand for what is the collective good. So therefore, it is my position that the people have spoken, and the will of the Gambian people must be respected. This is the beauty of democracy. These are the foundations and the ideals of democracy which we thrive in, which we all claim to embrace, and which we all shout, democracy, democracy, democracy. This is what democracy is all about. But that said, it is also the inherent right of the opposition to challenge the election results if they have substantial evidence to show irregularity in the results. It is their right to challenge it. It does not mean because the election is passed, they shouldn't. It is their right. So there's the issue of morality. There's the issue of looking for what is good for the greater interest of the Gambia. But again, legally, it is within their rights to challenge the results if they have reasonable cause to believe that the elections was rigged or there were substantive irregularities that could affect in a large, in a large scale, in a phenomenal manner, the outcome of the election results. And finally, I think this is a learning curve for most, because we see how when we take certain positions in life, we may think that we are fighting a certain cause, but sometimes those positions that we take come back to haunt us later on in life. In 2016, Yahya Jammeh was never given the opportunity to challenge the election results. He was denied natural justice and fairness to challenge the results. A precedent was set. And therefore, for me, it is a learning and a teachable experience where you have the very same actors, the very same people that thought that the election results of 2016 was so free and fair that any challenge in our courts was a derailment of the wishes and aspirations of the Gambian people, now want to challenge the very same results, but their pronouncements, their actions of 2016 is staring at them in the face. And for me, My belief is that the Gambia is greater than every individual, be it from an individual capacity or a collective capacity. And what is more important is the peace and stability of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my take.
Before I come to Daba, Brother Chor, you go ahead. You heard Mel. Before we go to anything else, let's start with what he just started. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I think he has spoken well. That is what is very important. In the first place, I want to start where he where he ended.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this yesterday. I've said the democratization of the Gambia is a process. Not only Gambia, but democracy or politics is a process. That's how I put it yesterday. We are kind of in a process where we're learning. What we must not let ourselves into is to set precedents, and that's what happened in 2016. And now we've seen the trend that we taking. Actually, I want to defy a little bit, because in 2016, actually, 2 sets of results were announced. That's actually what threw doubt over the credibility of the results and IEC. But in this case, there was no 2 sets of results announced at all. So I think, if anything, they got all right to challenge the results, but I think they have to be their reasons have to be credible enough to go to court, because as political leaders, people have spoken. The Gambian people have spoken, despite the fact it's a landslide victory. Nobody was forced to go and vote. It's not a military government where they have guns to say they have been scared. No one is intimidated. And I believe the system of elections in the Gambia, despite a lot of people are saying it's an old traditional form of voting, I actually believe in that system, especially where we're talking about spot counting.
Yes.
Every political party has got your representative out there. So the figures are there. We need to move forward as a nation. We've spent a long time, especially the last 5 years, politicking, debating on issues that definitely drill us from the most important thing to do. That is moving the country forward and uniting us as one nation. It is very, very paramount that we take stock of what happened in 2016. We traveled through the 2017, 2018, 3 years, all whatnot that's happening. I think we don't have time for that now. We need to build a nation and hand over to our children a nation that is ready to be like any other country within the sub-region. If you look at it, you take an example between Gambia and Guinea-Bissau. Gambia was and is still more politically stable, socially stable, and so on. But from 1965 to date, we only have one university. With all the social unrest, the wars in Bissau, you name it, you know it better than me. Today, if you go to Bissau, probably they got 7 universities. That is simply means they're moving faster than us. And these are some of the things that we have to look at. That's just an example. We have to wait and see. It is their right, within their right to challenge the results. But we have to hear what sort of evidence they have. It cannot only be based on technicalities. It has to be something that is really that contradicts the election process. But just based on technicalities, I think that is going to be a waste of time of the nation, and we need to move forward. That's my contribution. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let me bring Daba in, because it's been a while. Many people we are talking about the results, but some people don't even know who won where and what. Daba.
Yes.
Please, if you can start over these results and go over them, real quick, so that most people will understand what we are here for.
Okay. First and foremost, Assalamu alaikum. I extend my greetings to everybody, wherever you are watching this program. But so also, I equally extend my sincere appreciation and regards to my co-panelists and yourself. Let me begin by saying, like they've already said, I wouldn't go much
Daba,
into
hold
that.
on. I'm having issue on these comments here. People are calling each other's modest names and stuff like that. Let me tell you, Binto Media Network, we are here. We've been here all night yesterday. So we are back here. This place is respect. If you have any anger, please log off, because if you insult, we will block you. We have gentlemen here that they are not your age mates, and they are respectful. This media will not allow we will not tolerate any insults here. Calling somebody's mother something. Log off or I'll block your tail. All right, let's go. I mean, you have to see these big words they are calling each other's mother's name on this. Huh? They cannot throw me off. We are going forward. This thing had to happen. I'm sorry about the word I said, tail. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, let me begin by first saying I want to seize this opportunity to congratulate every Gambian, wherever you are, who one way or the other participated in the process of electing a president that will steer the affairs of the nation for the next 5 years, but more especially the candidates that participated. Thumbs up to the Independent Electoral Commission for organizing a very peaceful, fair, transparent elections. And also appreciating the efforts of the media during the process of this election. They have gone all the way out to give opportunity and the platform for candidates to sell out their agenda. So also, we must not forget that during the electoral process, we had both local and international election observers who were on the ground, who witnessed the process. And I know maybe in days to come, they will issue out statements with regards to how they have seen the election, what they have seen, and how they gauge the process itself. Just to highlight on what happened not long ago, and that is having 3 out of the 5 losing candidates coming together to reject the election results whilst the process of announcement is still going on. Like Melvin said, I totally agree it's their constitutional right to disagree or to have reservations in certain areas or in the whole totality of the results. But one thing we must not negate is they have the right to organize a press conference. They have the right to issue out a statement and express how they feel. But what they don't have right is not to follow the due process of the law in seeking redress with regards to what they think went wrong. But like I said, I think I made the post this morning, knowing the election process of the Gambia and knowing how elections are conducted in Gambia, I don't think the expressions made is a true representation of the facts that are presented by the Independent Electoral Commission. The truth is, I think the writing was very much clear on the wall that the NPP under the leadership of Adama Barrow was going to win and win massively. Because if you look at the CIPRAS polls that came first, gave that notion. But the fact is, because it did not favor certain individuals or certain parties, they disregarded the polls. But let's not forget, there is no perfect system and there is no perfect polls. But polls are scientifically done, and these are done with figures. They don't just sit down and make assumptions. They go out there on the ground, they look at figures, they deal with statistics, and they analyze, and based on that is what they will present to the people. I went through the first poll that was conducted. I look at the issues, I look at the statistics. If you look at the first poll and the second poll, you will definitely know there was not much difference. The only major difference was the number of undecided voters in the first poll was around 40%. By the time we get closer to the election, it came down to 25%. And that could be clearly explained because the more closer we get to the elections, people would have already made up their mind on who they will vote for various reasons. One, maybe based on agenda. Two, maybe based on the politicians, the candidates that stood. But the fact is, the Gambian election was decided by the silent majority who did not belong to any political party. And this, I have always said, the greater majority of Gambians do not associate or belong to any political party. And what happened yesterday, I've clearly stated this fact out there, because another issue also that we have spoken about was the number of crowd sizes that people were so much concentrating on social media. I've said this. If you understand Gambian politics, you know most of these crowds were mobile crowds. It was the same people that moved from one region to another region, to another region, to another region. So that was not really scientifically a justification for somebody to say, we had the biggest crowd, so we were going to win the elections. Because a lot of factors could have motivated some of these people. The fanfare, the drummings, the t-shirts, the free transportation, the opportunity to explore other regions, because some of them who live in Combo probably have never been to Basse, so they saw an opportunity to go to Basse for free, and they took up the right and go. But at the end of the day, I think what happened yesterday was, it was more of like the Goliath and the fight, the wrestling between the candidate that was really underestimated, somebody that they thought did not have the support base to be able to make an upset. And I think it taught us a lesson, and I hope politicians will learn from this and look at what went wrong, work on that, and prepare themselves for the next subsequent elections. Another thing is, the three candidates that came together to reject the results, I think, to my opinion, they're definitely not being fair to Gambians. Well before this election, well before the nomination, Gambians have come out and asked them to come together and form a coalition that was the viable opportunity for them to upset Barrow in these elections. For reasons best known to them, they refused. And I think that was the decision, that was the point that tilted these elections towards Barrow. Because if they had come together, probably that would have motivated a lot of undecided voters to go on their account. But the fact that they couldn't come together and they went individually, you can see that a lot of the undecided voters tilted towards Adama Barrow. And I think it's a lesson that they will learn from. And hopefully next time, when it comes to issues like this, we forget about our individual interests and focus more on the national concerns of the citizens. I think it's very much important.
Okay.
So going back to the results of last month,
yeah, we can just go over them.
Call few of them and then hold a discussion with regards to them and give analysis.
Yes.
The first one is Janjambure. In the Janjambure constituency, we had the United Democratic Party with 454 votes.
Sorry, let's start with the ones that after we stopped, when they came out 11 o'clock this morning. Let's start with those. Yeah, because these ones we already spoke about this. Then we will look at them later on. But let's start with this one. When they came back this morning.
I think we stopped around Serakunda.
We did.
We spoke about Banjul yesterday, huh?
Yes, Bundung, Kiang, East and West, Jara, Nyamina, both the Nyaminas, Badibu, Lowa, and Jokadu. I think that's where we stopped. Jokadu.
Did we did the Nyamina West, Upper Fladu, Talinding, Basse, Jimara,
No.
Kantora?
No, none of those. Okay.
We didn't do also Nyamina Dankunku and Nyamina East.
We did Nyamina Dankunku, Nyamina East, Nyamina West, Jara East, Central Badibu, Lower Badibu, and Jokadu.
Okay, then let's start with Upper Fladu.
Okay.
Upper Fladu, NPP Adama Barrow had 13,260.
Okay.
United Democratic Party Usainu Dabo had 3,890. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 490. GDC Mama Kande had 2,992. NUP of Abdullah Jame has 337. SRFAL Independent had 449. Then we go to Kalinding. NPP Adama Barrow had 8,624. UDP Usainu Dabo had 6,242. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 772. GDC Mama Kande had 2,280. NUP Abdullah Jame had 57. SRFAL Independent had 310. The Bassett constituency, NPP Adama Barrow had 15,904. UDP Usainu Dabo had 1,777. GDC Mama Kande had 688. Sorry, 688. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 229. NUP Abdullah Jame 151. SRFAL Independent 195. Gimara. NPP Adama Barrow had 13,105. UDP Usainu Dabo had 933. GDC Mama Kande had 4,051. PDIS Khalifa Saleh had 246. NUP Abdullah Jame had 340. SRFAL Independent had 385. Kantora. NPP Adama Barrow had 12,112. UDP Usainu Dabo had 1,474. GDC Mama Kande had 713. PDIS Khalifa Saleh had 296. NUP Abdullah Jame had 283. SRFAL Independent had 163. We go to Ladekunda Sabi. NPP Adama Barrow had 15,304. UDP Usainu Dabo had 10,839. SRFAL had Independent had 639. NUP Abdullah Jame 186. GDC Mama Kande had 4,687. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 1,590. We go to Ilyasa. NPP Adama Barrow had 9,282. UDP Usainu Dabo had 7,179. GDC Mama Kande had 2,023. NUP Abdullah Jame had 252. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 287. SRFAL Independent 275. Jara West. NPP Adama Barrow had 6,441. UDP Usainu Dabo had 5,862. GDC Mama Kande had 575. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 101. NUP Abdullah Jame 185. SRFAL Independent 196. We go to Woolly East, sorry. NPP had 7,783. UDP Usainu Dabo had 881. GDC Mama Kande had 819. PDIS Halifa Saleh had 1,046. NUP Abdullah Jame 173. SRFAL 115. Joshua. NPP Adama Barrow had 12,854. UDP Usainu Dabo had 6,791. GDC Mama Kande had 2,187. PDIS Khalifa Saleh had 1,873. NUP Abdullah Jame had 83. SRFAL Independent 564. Bakau. NPP Adama Barrow had 5,060. UDP Usainu Dabo 5,700. GDC Mama Kande 612. PDIS Khalifa Saleh 761. NUP Abdullah Jame had 46. SRFAL Independent at 97. You go to Opanyomi. NPP Adama Barrow had 8,764. UDP Usenu Dabo had 3,855. GDC Mama Kande had 1,814. PDIS Khalifa Sala 355. NUP Abdullah Jame 196. SFL 185. Lower Nyumi. NPP Adama Barrow had 17,013. UDP had 4,387. GDC 2,000. PDIS 748. NUP 313. SFL 633. Sabah Sanjak. UDP had 1,436. NPP had 8,067. GDC had 841. PDIS had 411. NUP 172. SFL 327. We go to Sami. NPP had 5,496. UDP had 5,638. GDC 770. PDIS 167. NUP 177. SFL 154. We go to Lower Salum. NPP 6,281. UDP 710. GDC 158. PDIS 225. NUP 74. SFL 169. Lower Flood. NPP 11,655, UDP 3,637, GDC 1,295, PDIS 278, NUP 279, SFL 48. Upper Salum. NPP had 7,563, UDP had 408, GDC had 397, PDIS had 139, NUP has 197, SFL 178. Nyamina, Nyanija. NPP had 3,262, UDP has 918, GDC had 282, PDIS 63, NUP 46, SFL 103. You go to Nyani. NPP 7,187, UDP 2,929, GDC 1,868, PDIS 171, NUP 214, SFL 241. Serakunda West. NPP 20,768, UDP 9,596, GDC 4,101, PDIS 3,757, NUP 158, SFL 1,180. We go to Brikama. Brikama North. NPP 12,973, UDP 14,551. GDC 3,781, PDIS 891, NUP 306, SFR 677. We go to Olyundu. NPP 25,635, UDP 8,880, GDC 6,183, NUP 344, PDIS 2,414, SFR 187. Fonyi Bondale. NPP 2,095, UDP 287, GDC 1,785, NUP 36, PDIS 73, SFR 102. So for now, basically, those are some of the results.
Those are some of the results. Okay, let's go to Brother Forde. Which areas really stand out and you were like, for any of the candidates? You are mute. You are mute.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
With the figures here, you know, and I think I stand to be corrected. Of all the areas that NPP lead, they are not leading with just like a lesser margin. In a place where they have 13,206,
yes,
the closest there is 3,890. You know, in a place where they have, for example, you just mentioned old Yundum.
Yundum
25,635. When the other one is the closest is 8,000.
Yeah.
So those difference are big margin that actually made me think and said, why this very big gap? This is what I cannot understand. But obviously, it is down to the people. Nobody forced them to vote. This is the area that I said before, even election day, few of my programs on Facebook
I
and
was
even
with
yesterday,
you. I
exactly.
was with you.
I mentioned it. I said these are areas that are key to
Mhm.
win an election. Any candidate who is able to convince the voters out there to vote massively for you, no matter what, you're going to win the elections, because those are the swing areas.
Let's try to do it in Mandink, in local language.
Okay.
Wolof or whatever language we can try to.
Well, coming it and it ko tabahya fo nyaming. Karte kesol minu bo fundita nyin dulalto. Manjak ay nin ko ay jakalile mul safu ko muli carte fayle muna na be jakal
Abe jakal.
habari ay takim fongoleto mi yatina presidential candidate o mo worole lota ninu kono nin atara ka candidate bije mim kutayata politiko kono ibe tibulo chodila mo sabal kutama pat wolom Ibrahima Jameti, then you have Isafal, but actually Adama Barrow equally well. Because our first election, coalition, but Nindo first Ninala first. But you have the like of Halifa Saleh, you have the like of Mama Kande and Dabo contesting in that election, Damian swing area and Queen. How on earth is NPP able to do through a 25,000 sort of all Indian constituency when the others are lacking far behind? They did something that is completely different from the others. And one, more Jamali Kul Nintale ka associate with he is the incumbent. Yes, because incumbent your powers sort of not necessarily using only the state resources, but equally Dolman technical back. Are we going to the final result, or are we just going to continue?
The chairman of the presiding officer of the presidential election on 4 December 2021 will declare the final results of this said election. So on that note, I would like to invite the chairman to deliver a short statement for the Gambia public and for the Gambia demonstration.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for the support you will do in this program. And now we have concluded the process in declaring results ready. I would thank first of all the government for the support we have from them and our agencies. More especially this staff organizers, commissioners, and all these avoiding what they are. They have done a wonderful job. And this delay in declaring the result was caused because we want to make sure that the results are 100% accepted by everybody. On that note, one more to pray for a peaceful Gambia, progressive Gambia.
Amen. Thank you, Chairman, for this much operation. And then next is close to the announcement by the Chairman, and then that will be taken up by the DRPS reporter as well. Welcome, Chairman.
I Presiding Officer of the of December 2021. Thereby announce the results from the Democratic constituency. Without the as follows. Barrow, NPP, 14 13,425. 14425. Tenam Seldao, UDP, 11,073. 11,753. SMY Independent, 724. 754. Abdul Jami NUP, 296. Power Gambia GDC, 6,020. 6020. Salah, 794. 794. There were 4 individuals. The students were witnessed at the North Valley. Lamin Jayu, William Mokinubi, Johnny Mukimus, Ian Wilbibi. The results were witnessed and confirmed at the Electoral House by Dr. Yombo Sabali, Agent Wilbibi, and Danny M. Wanzim, Ian Wilbibi, and Ladino Lukura, Ian Wilbibi, and the Buddha, Ian videos. Side of the money.
Moving on to the Brikama South constituency in the Brikama administrative area. The results follows: Adama Barrow, NPP, 14,425 votes. A&M Usainu Dabo, UDP, 11,753 votes. Esam Baipal, Independent, 754 votes. Abdullah Ibrahim Jame, NUP, 296 votes. Mama Kande, GDC, 6,020 votes. And Halifa Babakar Salah, PDRS, 794 votes. There were 4 invalid votes. The results were witnessed and endorsed by Lamin Jaju, agent for NPP, John F. Gomez, agent for NPP. The results were further witnessed and confirmed at the election house by Dr. Damba Sabali, agent for NPP, Al-Kali F. Conte, agent for NPP, Al-Haji Mamadi Kurang, agent for PDRS, Jabu Joe, agent for PDRS, signed by the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Abi Maman Jai.
Of the election of 4th December 2021, hereby announced the results from the Maintaining Constitution in the Brikama as follows. Number of NPP, 21,540, 21514. Electoral UDP, 18,289, 18289. Islamabad Independent, 1,214, 1214. Ibrahim Jami, NUP, 260, 260. Mama Kandi, GDC, 4,162, 4162. Alibar Bogat Sara, Joy, 2,407, 2437. There were 15 invalid votes. This one was just endorsed by Lamin Jata, NPP, Karamopoli, NPP. The results were witnessed and confirmed at the Electoral House by Dr. Deva Savadi, agent for NPP, Al-Ghali F. Conte, agent for NPP, Al-Ghali Mawali Quran, agent for Doi, Jabuja, Chukyo, agent for Doi, Sayan Al-Wanjai.
Results from the parliamentary constituency in the Brikama administrative area are as follows. Adama Barrow, NPP, 21,514 votes. Enam Usainu Dabo, UDP, 18,289 votes. Esam Baipal, Independent, 1,214 votes. Abdullah Ibrahim Jame, NUP, 260 votes. Mama Kande, GDC, 4,162 votes. And Halifa Babakar Salah, PDIS, 2,437 votes. There were 15 invalid votes, and the results were witnessed and endorsed by Lamin Jata, agent for NPP, Karamo Koli, agent for NPP. The results were further witnessed and confirmed at the election house by Dr. Demba Sabali, agent for NPP, Al-Kali F. Conte, agent for NPP, Al-Haji Mamadi Kurang, agent for PDIS, and
Come on. What is it?
Returning officer of the election of 1 December 21. Hereby announce the results from the Combo East constituency, the Gama area as follows. Adama Barrow, NPP, 10,163, 10163. Edam Dabo, UDP, 7,794, 7784. Esam File Independent, 429, 429. Abdullah Ibrahim Jame, NUP, 228, 228. Mama Kande GDC, 4,538, 4538. And Halifa Karsala Doi, 416, 416. There were 4 invalid votes. This was witnessed and endorsed by Lamin Jata, agent of LPP, and Karamo Koli, agent of LPP. The results were witnessed and confirmed at the election house by Al-Kali F. Conte, agent for NPP, Dr. Demba Sabali, agent for NPP, Jabu Yor, agent for DOI, Alaji Madi Kulang, agent for DOI. Signed Alimon Jai.
Moving on to the Combo East constituency in the Brikama administrative area. And the results from this area are as follows. Adama Barrow, NPP, 10,163 538 votes. And Halifa Babakar Salah, PDIS, 416 votes. There were 4 invalid votes. The results were witnessed and endorsed by Lamin Jata, agent for NPP, Karamo Koli, agent for NPP. The results were witnessed and confirmed at the election house by Al-Kali F. Ponte, agent for NPP, Dr. Demba Sabali, agent for NPP, Jabu Jo, agent for PDIS, and Al-Haji Mamadi Kurang, agent for PDIS, signed by Chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Ali Mamanjai.
Now, the result of the final results. I, everyone, the zoning officer of the election of 4 December 2021, having received and announced the results of the counting votes from assembly officers across the 23 countries, those countries of the Gambia, in the terms of representative of the Senate politics, protesting candidates, hereby wish to give the final results of the election as follows. Adama Barrow, 427,519. 457, 519 votes. President Dabo, 238,253. 238,253. Exam by Fad, 17,206. 17206. Apply Ibrahim Jami, 8,252 votes. 8252. Amakali, 105,902. 105,902. Evoker Salah, 82,435. 32,435 votes. Having received 4,457,419 votes, in this one, I hereby declare Amabaro duly elected to serve as Mayor of the Good Gambia. The results were witnessed and confirmed at the Electoral House by Dr. Demba Sabali, NPP, Alkali Banka Conte, AFIPP, Aladi Mamadi Kura, Ayan Budoy, and Yamu Ja, Ayan Budoy, Sai Ayamaliyay.
Declaration of the final results of the 2021 presidential election. Adama Barrow, 457,519 votes. ANM Usaido Dabo, 238,253 votes. Esa Maifao, 17,206 votes. Abdullah Ibrahim Jame, 8,252 votes. Mama Kende, 105,902 votes. 105,902 votes. Halifa Babakar Salah, 32,435 votes. And having received 457,519 votes in the election, the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Aliu Mamanjai, declares Mr. Adama Barrow is duly elected to serve as president of the Republic of the Gambia. And the results were witnessed and confirmed at the election house by Dr. Damba Sabali, agent for NPP, Al-Khali Panka Conte, agent for NPP, Al-Haji Mamadi Kurang, agent for PDIS, and Jagu Joe, agent for PDIS. And this is signed by the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Aliu Mamanjai.
Okay, we thank you for your attention, and thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Well. Bravo to final results in. We are here again, and definitely I think I'll let the big brother come first. This is it. Unmute. Oh, brother Fode, unmute.
Yes. This is interesting. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. In the name of Allah, I thank God. I've said it in Arabic, but that's all it means. It's just to return thanks to the Almighty Allah. And first of all, I must take this opportunity to thank the Gambian population.
Hold on.
The voters, I want to say thank you very much for coming out in your numbers to exercise your constitutional right to elect someone we want to entrust the leadership of the country for the next 5 years. And also take this opportunity to thank all the political parties that participated in this process, even those who were not able to contest as presidential candidate, they still participated in another form. So I want to thank them and congratulate them. I also want to take this opportunity to say the 3 presidential candidates were all winners. What we were looking for, the final winner, because they have jumped all the hurdles to the point where now they've contested. So if there is any, I don't even think there's any loser here. No. Because we are just going to the final stage of making an. So I want to take that opportunity to congratulate all of them. However, me included and any other person on this panel, we are here as panelists and that's our status. We are not speaking on behalf of any political party. No. So I want to take this opportunity on my own behalf as Fodecho, my family as well included, to congratulate the whole Gambia and this candidate who contested. I want to give this special congratulations to Adama Barrow for winning the election. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate him on my own behalf and on behalf of my family. What comes next from other political parties is that is it. But at this moment, the due process of the law has been followed. The chairman of the IAC is the returning officer and has returned Adama Barrow as the winning candidate. So I solemnly hold my hand up to say congratulations to him. Yeah. And also to thank him for his participation. And to thank him for taking the trust that the Gambian people trust him to be the president. So it's up to him now to fulfill that mandate and the trust which is entrusted to him, the duties entrusted to him. I want to take this opportunity also to wish the UDP leader a speedy recovery and also congratulate him very well for participating. Do I only have to congratulate him? I also want to thank him very much because he has also participated more than 22 years in the political dispensation of this country. We have reached this stage where people are given the chance to express themselves without any pressure because they've been in the opposition and opposing the wrong things and endorsing the right thing. So that is also a process. They are part of the government. They are part of everything that has. So I want to take this opportunity to congratulate him. Even on his bed, this man is fighting for justice, is fighting. Let people say it in any angle. This is my view for the church, and I have to say it. And I want to. I think he inspired me as a young person because he's far older than me. Do more, even if I am on my sick bed. I want to go back to
hold on, Koto. Okay, before we continue, let me answer this caller. You really want to contribute. Hello, caller.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. My name is Nosa. I'm a Nigerian, and I have lived more than half of my life in the Gambia. My kids are born in the Gambia. Some of them are here. Some are still there. I want to say congratulations to all Gambians for holding the bull by the horn, for allowing a democracy to prevail. I want to thank everybody. Let us all realize that one election lost, but the nation is not lost. And there are many more elections to come. Our children, our grandchildren will participate. So therefore, I say thank you to everybody that contributed and voted in this election without one single blow strike at anybody. That alone is victory for all Gambians. Everywhere Gambians are today, they should stand up and applaud themselves for this role, for this leading role. Something that don't even happen in America. We all saw what happened on January 5th. last year. We saw it. So the kind of peaceful way they conduct the election and a winner have been declared is not the end. Everybody should rejoice. If we don't look back to where we are coming from, we will never know where we are going. Let us look back at 2016. That is the last election. We all know that all these candidates that are calling press conference today, some were in prison. Even the winner of that election was in a hiding. Everybody were hiding for their lives. So today, everybody is living freely, moving around freely. That is the victory of Gambian people and democracy. So, guys, applaud yourself. I love Gambia. And I congratulate whoever wins. And whoever lost, I congratulate you too. Accept defeat with good faith, because we don't have anybody to sacrifice. We are tired. Africans, we should be tired of bloodshed, killing, fighting each other. At the end of the day, these politicians and their children, they remain. If you are going to lead a protest, if you want people to protest for you, take your children, your grandchildren, put them forward, and you stand behind them. That is enough crowd to create any type of protest. Thank you very much for allowing me to contribute.
Oh,
thank you. Congratulations to the
my
winner.
brother.
Thank you.
So much. This Gambia belongs to you and me. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Kodoke,
Yeah, I continue.
Yes, you continue.
Yeah, but before I go, we want to thank that contributor. I think it's a brilliant message, and I think people need to take it with good faith and not receive that message with any prejudice.
He
I
said
think
he's a Nigerian, but he had all his children in the country.
obviously,
So-
I don't see him anymore as Nigerian.
Yes.
Anyway,
So
yes, I said to Mama Kande, I said congratulations.
Yes.
He has stood steadfastly since he left the APRC, set up his political party, and the resilience and the enthusiasm in him to contribute to the socio-economic development of the country is there for everybody to see. Not winning an election does not necessarily mean that you cannot pursue those goals. There are other means that we can do it. And when we come collectively, we should be able to. I want to then thank the newcomer, Mr. Sitnyasi Ibrahima, NUP. Jame, oh yes. I think it is like
Abdullah Ibrahim Jame.
Yeah. Establishing a party. This is a journey, 1,000 journey begins with one step.
Yes.
So we have seen him come up, and we want to thank him for his participation. And obviously, he also has the country at heart. Independent candidate is by Fall. Thank you very much. I think he has also played his role, his part. And out of the total number of people who cast got trust and confidence in him, and then I think he will build it from there to move forward. This is going to be a special one as well, just like I've said to Usenu, Khalifa Salah.
Yes.
Khalifa has contributed to the political activities of the country, especially the time when he is mostly needed, when the country is at a cross junction. For me, that is equally important as being a president of the Republic of the Gambia. Khalifa had spent all his time, be it at the National Assembly, be it in the street, everywhere, to explain and make sure that people are not at, there is no chaos or instability in the country. And today, he is going to walk head up with high shoulders, pride to say, I have saved this country, I have contributed to save this country where it is. I am saying this, Binta, because it is our collective responsibilities. I do not see any opposition party as enemies. I think we are partners. The problem is we differ in policies and program. And so for me, it's like a parallel line. Oppositions, they run along each other. Probably they will not meet at some point because of the difference in their policies. But the objective or the destination is one place, that is to change the livelihood of the people so that they live in a better condition. And that is not only infrastructural development also, but looking at the life expectancy, looking at all the other things, education, health, it's all there. But this cannot be done by one person. It has to be a collective effort.
Collective.
So basically, whatever comes out from whoever is going to complain about anything, that is a group of political parties coming together to do it. That is their, right to do it.
Yeah.
But as far as I am concerned, the result that has just come out is a clear verdict of the Gambian people, and we cannot deny them that. We cannot deny 457,590 people their voice, their right. This is the fact. And by my calculation, even if I looked at it and add all that together, all the other oppositions together, probably we may not even go nearer to that
45.
figure, 457. I think Daba will do the calculation for me. I couldn't do it because I was starving. That are giving us, I was not expecting a 50% lead from any political party.
You said that.
I have said that. But I have said anybody with 40% is a clear win. And this is where we stand.
Yeah.
He has got more than 40% of the total votes that is cast. So congratulations to him. And before Daba left the Korean Balal Ganyan Poli Manika Kamala.
Abefo, Faka, I don't know
yeah, Mbe ni watu tala. Ka Gambian ko lu congratulate ke tentu ka duwe ala mari ala masatalla Cairo sabatin di banko kam. Cairo te dawda nga koku mimiranta sambanola hanina ala batotita. Ala ente privilege kula mi alon ko ka fule ko kudul bi jente ma Karan University. Barim funding ke ma wato yellow ke kandiril ka kolke alay nyaton kaya kula dami alon ko West Coast Western Division be utmoy ka pay Western Division ko ndela responsible to Red Cross la the chairman of Red Cross in whole of Western Division. In a year when there are a lot of instability within the sub-region, Casamas, Liberia, Sierra Leone. I'm telling this and I'm becoming emotional because I have seen women and young children coming from those regions. We take them as refugees who probably have got a better living condition at the time. But why did they come? Because of instability, because of war. Most of those wars are initiated, caused by men. And the people that suffer, the sector that suffer most, are women, children, and old age people. If we're doing it for a president, the last person to be affected when there is pandemonium is the president, because he's sealed in his place, guided by the people we pay. We, the taxpayers, fighting, killing each other. We don't reach him. So why can't we think? This is why, for me, I have always, advocated for stability in whatsoever. I don't believe in all these things that people say, let's go and protest, let's go and demonstrate. Billahi, it has never been. But mol min ya lon ko wolle carte fay banku dingol ngafo ko ala barka al nimbara femfe yedake politiko kono be jaylam be tentula mba fole ko al nimbara minu lafta kallo as candidate andum alamanne londi mba fole ko al nimbara ibe yedake je nimmol woro alanata min sambandi ko wole lota itol be mu winas leti momom boy because ibe sila kilongoleta pour ka banko mara bari fo kiline se tambi alay wala tambindi wolom Adama Baroti naddi amol kono Facebook live nga falel nko jutunna be dami ala man sa talla kala fi samante ya bondi woleto no mo jamal ka la political diamo to mo political diamo adama baro man karanga fenkita kede par bi nyen min be karante ala man nawol ke president o do why not we take ala mendin so ala ya tele keje bi we go on kanyin diamo min kede mantra ka diamo on behalf of any political party ga ke diamo on my own behalf auditor and on behalf of my family and to thank and congratulate Adama Barrow for the landslide victory. Dokole babul we trust him jikole atinna kambeno di tombong ye banko marandila. Alama alasa mako ya jiko mafa. But in the process, Adama dingolomde mbese kafunga mako iprayo. UDP la nyaton ko mbidwa la alama satalla sa sujata kende ya. Nyoko mbabala alama ansa bondije. Kebalo mi yalon ko afana yala watuta sanji muwan anin feng adunta politiko kono ala miro manke fenti pour banko bari ala man nasa fi ko saki president os bari mulka carte file wati anda kata molle yake nyininka nala jata kende abi tata banko be murumburu ke nyininka ala la sembo dinna bari nali yaji be mo uli keme fula uli tan saba anin sey keme fula tallulu anin saba wala jikita mashallah iko ay ke president on min tuta je woluman son min siyata wala tambitanya so woto atenya min kala o kele bari ala marchandise o wafu banko dingol lale min sontama wol koy itela sembo ni la kamodiala min moy tongola wala siyata so bitum nte duwaye andu nyimmate ko molman la fala because ala da dungo politiko kono ay politiko fana futande afutata dami biabe dami don sa jeyinga tentu GDC la nyaton ko min kita mama kandeti ba jayla ba tentula bake because molo mi yalanko aya hatajo soto aya nya soto a ludula soto cause kabirna bota APRC ay mira mi nawlo mbotom batunga na political party londi mfana nga mol nyininka wokono aka doku jamal le ka dadum fen jamal kono min hani banko man kodo karfama orela nafulo aka nyini dulato kana ka dundi je woto Musa jey wala pati kuto min lota min keta jammeti afana iko tubabol ko yettama o tama je simfa tamo mi yalon ko simfa wuli kilin nam fo sa commencer nin tama kilin na simfa kilin ay simfa folo tale tumando bato fo alasa makoy sanji lulu kotenke asike a different NUP independent candidate isa fal molmin ye jiko sotato wolle ya faye wol fana jiko soto pratique president oti asikeno nun ate min fay Adama Barrow ka tati banku dingolom ay nyanto sotule a sotula nyanta kel ay nyinin kale nyille ko ila kita duma sey pare kote ni aje nga Halifa Salatu Koma min tambita sanji tan sabala kata sanji tan nani nyinke ba fulol be politiko kono ibuko alonga kolya dami alon ko katara sila fatoleto ora ay ke koroti ora dia ay katara woleto ya je ko idiamu ko le sonea o manke to law damala barakoti de Gambia dingol ke la moyle itul fana ke de ala ka jab bari ko be kono ikana banku dingol nyinin kale pour itole ke banko nyaton koti wo bukana ke fenti mi banko dingol ye min tila bari ka lo place le do dami alon ko luwal ka dada wolto banko la na fulo ka janja wolto de paso ka ke wolto ikela lodulake kilina wol kono ni benta silo ka yelo ndeni nen ka fengo penna banko la koto ni min lonje ka wole foy oto molle fana la sembo ya cikaya di Adama Barrow ko nga fo nyame rek oto be duale be simani jata kende ala abi momoy lodulale soto banko to hani min ka fitaroke ay lodulale soto be min danila molla bar Gambia ko mole diam ta jamia lon ko meta Gambia para make Gambia dingo but African
hold on go ahead
momi ya lon ko min mun tolla hatajo ti bi banko la tenku because nim banko man tenkunte alabato keno nim banko man tenkunte julaya keno nim banko man tenkunte min be bantante bunkendo loloje sakans nanka nganyala nim banko alaji be nim pandemic ko min tamita is a big example hani alabato ko afalita the narrative of everything has changed but yeminu karafa palasola al karaf palasolom andu molbal konti bola lale al kakala nyina wala hani ala fongo bal konti bola. So I'll say ko boninya diamos yata, but this is what I want to say. Mimbina wulla kata kiti bumoto kanjilin karo ke
no
ila
problem.
nyantolo yeta yake bari wota tinala ngalo ngambot fonin court be min fodon dolbe continue la na do ko la ko janni ala bakala nyan womante bondi APRC yala. I'm still an APRC member. Meaning that I want them to go back and reflect how to regroup and come back. The same thing applies to other people. How to regroup and come back. Near Jube Fontul, a total African Lebuluka have 25 political parties. It's in the UK still. But Kolbinal and we are learning. It's a slow process in our political dispensation, but we are learning. Let's try and keep those institutions in place. Even the IEC need better improvement and so on. But that is the process. So Mbal Daniel, this is my last say. Allah Barakabaki. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me take this caller. Caller, your background.
Hello, yeah.
Your background is loud, please.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm there.
You can speak any language, please. Your name, please.
Alhaj, say.
Cisse.
Yes, Cisse.
Okay, Cisse. Okay, go ahead. You are welcome to Binto Media
Yeah.
Network. Sorry for holding.
Yeah, I like to comment. No, it's all right. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I like to comment to your program about what's happening in the Gambia. Well, anybody you can say Barrow is winner, but for me, I cannot say Barrow is winner. You see, this election is not fair process since day one.
Okay.
When you come into registration, it's not fair process. You see, any human being you love Gambia, you should condemn Barrow's way of politics. Barrow is destroying our nation, dividing people. That's no good way to politics.
Okay.
You see, tribalism doesn't make any country move forward.
Okay.
So, moli adiki Barrow mune idea wa Gambia no kamenye taki na Gambia no le Barrow kanu ye nyin carte fayo be nyin carte be faya 450 something thousand. Come on. Gambia ali nga konante abon na system ko no nga dete nyo bala nga nyin banko muta Barrow la nga ket banko kendo because banko ni na continent nga nyin ngamenje nyin last 5 years so na continent the next 5 years ni banko is going to be finished.
Okay. Your opinion.
UDP. This is not about UDP. This is not about UDP. This is about Gambia. So Barrow lead Gambia for next 5 years. Well, we watch. We're going to sit down, watch how it's going to be. But people are complaining Senegal military in the Gambia, foreign military in the Gambia. But now they are supporting Barrow to be winner, even though it's not right.
Okay, so what do we do? Mbitala no nyato nyadile because we have to go forward. Independent Electoral Commission ya declare ko president olem and we have to move on. Ite amira nyanta minekela. Nibe baro ya amala nibe mararo kala koteke. Anyanta ite amira nyanta minekela because you don't wolu saying nyanta tala. Ya declare.
Yeah, nyanta tala. Yeah, declare, but still, opposition or the right, so you resort or reject it at court, right?
One time problem, nim for that ofanantos, mbobirijo fanam cross la kodi, but sign it a fella telephone.
Okay,
nyinketa science. Mbinyanta mine kela non to Gambia no nga kafunga Cairo kacha nga Cairo continent Bangkoka because nim man Cairo nin kamfado tala. Nsita na banko mala mi atina le president mi atina banko e mala wo fonte mala ndolle be sisir bare sign ifele a declare sign bebe sirinja nyenta mine kala katanya
nyenta men kala katanya to fotonya le sabati banko de tano nyato bita tonya man sabati banko nyinka it's not possible.
Okay.
Tonya fole si sabati banko kan banko ina move.
Minon tonya.
Baro mandara nyim baro man da nyim banko kan comme ça ba do ko kan baro be jele do ba fangole bil kan bara man da anything ne ko kindi kan nyim country banko kan mo nyanta ka wala understand
Okay.
hani man other parties right you will right let any party you choose you can support baro that's your right but I'm trying to take a more man credit deal
but say minum tonyat because man left kelandi ma wo fony minum tonyat
tonya much Tonya Barrow is no winner. IEC, they are not fair. They don't do their job well. So that's my opinion.
Okay. Abaraka. Abarakaya.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We need to leave hypocrisy.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Binto, Jani Dababina, I'm going to say something. But covering a diam to follow Ngamra Kama Mandiga Kamu, but by Mandiga Kamu, Bajabilan.
Yeah, please. I didn't come because woman don't send the job.
Kufla be caring. Ako baro man do ko ke baro man ketenti ay nin keta yin ke wo baro la sanji lulo min tambita nga password wala Gambia di wala be Gambia wala aja min kana ma min ke all right nin nata nan ka carte fay nin atra ko afonya da min ko carte fay ta da min announce nin placari ye mo yiri ko min register je ani ye min fo wala tambita ay evidence o dinna woto akoyta tema saben ke barka wuli dron ka ko amam fe ha andu ngatra ko kiba evidentable o manke wala tinna mol minu yalon ko wolle be politiko kono la nyaton ko bendre ko dole hello le je carte fayo keta nyami andu ne hello soto je hello je ilafta ko nyim bay ngata wata jo nyim bay la ititala baro ya kay ko baro ite man fe ha itolbe min kala do bita luwa bungole to ya fo ko ngaminu landi je pour ye maranna carte fayo la boyta nyin dula karle ni luwa ya kisi ko wala ket luwa bina min kala okay bari woten londina sign pour ka accept ko ye luwa mi ye min kinan wala fota because mo le carte fay bari kan ni akilin nako mo min ta carte fay man nyama mo min ta carte fay man kido lay tongoto nde nyina tan man tara Gambia but I'm following everything min be keka
yes
mo le ta e rangoke
a lot around
mata e rota rangoto ye bero boy wo bero dun kabrabe kontelete minna ila mo political party ila mo bijele mimbe kontir dula ila mo bijele minka so ni atara ko hello sota wuli asambala party leader ya ko ye nyimmin fo amanke wonya mantenga min safa fele but nin ko be continue ni na man fair baro man fair because itala party nyim man gagné itala dula to bitula lorin dula kilin because nin NC UDP a complain GDC a complain nindo fana complain be ngatara lori odlat fo muntuma
but okay another thing fanang jandi be continue la diamola ntol diaspora ntol be nyimbanku mala ntol we are a problem mbuka lo ku kolie mbuka evidence soto nka tu message oli kila mini alon ko ate banko sabatinde ni Gambian kol mini be Gambia ni me hakilot baratol alfale bijen atol be diaspora le
Yemi important diaspora is important. Me amniko diaspora also about why if for diaspora is information. Kibaru ikamin putandi Gambia anika kibaru min soto. Sanji tang anin sembe nyim banko kan. Sawo sankata sinya fula waran sinya killing Gambia. But mimbi je wolom in 2000 and prior to 2016 election kafol lota janne ka kibar sifa leta ka ki Gambia. Nastafiroke even to the United Nations, I even wrote to the special advisor to the Secretary General on genocide, Adam Jeng, I wrote a letter to him. Kaitandalako, Gambia la democratization process to Gambia lo level. And what molka information on minke completely distorted. Purka tenkumbali yake bankoka. Ning atra 2015 tolbe lori wala because maybe tola masakunda every day. 2021 naman sakunda tije we should stand still na information okay and we defend that itonya itama Gambia but in tolmembe diaspora ka information on me somebody they are not helping us imantara kam makoy and with makoy la I have a choice, that's APRC. I would have loved APRC to be together to contest election, but it didn't happen. Doltata and Doltata, we clap for each other and we move forward because we have another 5 years. Probably I want to see Daba come next time with something innovative and said, I am going to contest. Then he will have his reason. If not Daba, my son is 35 years. I don't know what he's thinking. Our aspirations could be to contest election. For me to send in bad information, misinformation, distorted information to cause stability in the Gambia, I am preventing my own son from achieving that objective, the dream that he has. When I said my son now, I generalize it to every person who is a young person. So this is what we should be looking at. We shouldn't be looking at things at our own end. Like I said, my party and the people I vote support are putting up a case to the court. That is their right. But what is very important is we must have to accept the result that comes and move forward. Ni will case not echo anything, there's a way to solve it. But we cannot stand there and for Baro. We've been saying this to Baro. Baro fana kamin doku, abeku atepe akaku kendo leke. Ntolla ftamina mo so this is the difference, is the beauty of differences. But nkana na banko put into jeopardy. This is my take.
Thank you.
Allah barakaba.
Daba.
Yes.
Daba mul ba fo kan amanfea, nyimmanke ku kankaja. Muna afonye fanyim ballot ni sport counting for akakenya dile from scratch. Nita sa I explaining because ngawe koni futata ika box all be empty le. Mobe ya yo fi ka make sure dulate coloring gulute dula. I explain more about a little bit. Final resource ke for the
I think what has shocked a lot of people is the margin of victory. Ngamira miya mo jama soke. Wala mu difference on nimbe baron ning the other candidates on tema. But alonde I always want to go with facts. Nyimanga first time that happened. If we go on the records in 2011, Yaya Jammeh won that election basically with almost 72% of the votes. This is facts. And if you go on records, you will see that. He basically won almost all the consequences in Gambia.
Yes,
so Nyimmanke first time people nyiyeke. Bari, nyanta fanam na hakilo bulala minkan. Fode ya fo janne. Ndem muslimol. Andu lata na dinola. Andu lata fanang ale minfo. Ya jele molka tulunku jamala miyalanko. Ala bukala fi jutunna yala. Ala bukala fi arrogance la. Because nieje kila fon ya fo hadiso kono ako momo miyalanko ila sando mo kono. You have a little bit of arrogance to the point of an oito of a sun. You will not even inhale the scent of heaven. And tonyamu minti nga fo. Because momo ni fata ila bade kot ibamate mako ila je ifamate mako ila je sa political party leader be min support kan and momo ye kumo min fo jan dunia lombe sila le be sitila le bindi kaburo kono and ale be konti bola so nimbe kufala nse mo kanu nyaonya nga tonya fo nyoye a wintale andu ala wino kleatale ana seneatale. I think problem of minti mola mo jama be diaspora, they underestimated the sophistication level of the Gambian voters. But in Yinatalako, Gambians have been conducting elections since the 1961s. Woman ke signed Janning Gambia be independence. And niaje jama ba Gambia kono. Imanta the conventional way of education, wala mu tubab kanamo, but they know what the issues are and they know what they want. Ndaga nyim follow num before the elections, nim pandere interview soto la nga foje. Ngo. People need to understand one thing, wala mu. The people minul be rural Gambia. One main reason for voting in this election or choosing a candidate has nothing to do with more minul be combo or people in the diaspora. Because the reason why the people minul be rural Gambia sama dola lem. Wala interest momenti. Foye engere soto le ban. Ha ya soto le. And ya soto nyadile. They are certainly because government subsidized the cost of fertilizer. So they are paying almost around $700 when they were supposed to pay almost $1,000 plus. So it all fair. It fair. What $700 or $800 savings might not be something too much to you, but to them it's a huge amount of money. Because near moje momi alanko depends on a mala problem. Anyanta angre botos and lulu 800 times 5. It's a savings. Understand? So ya give a fanal. Mol minibe santol to me alonko. These are Gambians and they've been paying rates, they've been paying taxes. Ila dingol be doko la mansakuna kuna ibe tax dola. Ila dindol be business okay ka ibe tax dola. Merol minul be marcel to ibe duty dola. For over 50 something years. Inena man sila beto soto. Inena man electricity soto. Dol fongo nana man lampoje. For dol minu kana kombot. Dol fongo ma alam mune mu lampot. Dol fongo jisu ya ni ya min. Wala mu jurin Ramadan neti. Ni mol minul kana ka back ka ice water wafi. Mbusi killing $50 ya sang korda be ya janjan bari sa e futata temboto mi alan ko ibe siri la korda kono frijo be bulu e ka jusuma ya min e ke tabiro keno e ka dundi frijo kono e ke la subol ni la nyel be mabuno frijo kono ite fe wo manke development but to those people that is a big development to them. So these are the issues mi alan ko made a lot of people in their choice of who they are going to vote for. But electoral la ko kata nyami. Gambia electoral it may be an old system, but I can tell you it's one of the most transparent, most clear and straightforward system of voting. Minka ke walam. If IEC validates all the candidates, they make sure they make ballot boxes for all the candidates painted in the color of their party with the picture of the candidate. Ika box wallet IEC natra IEC santa ko candidate kari nyanta lolal. Ika box wallet da comme ñing candidate sexual be nil nota. Momo yala fansu box wallet soto. Ya paint ila party color. Yela nsalo tapuje. Duma box wallet duma. Ika kenyola keje. You understand? So ni tata somanda jannim boxo nyimbe dunna ika yelele mo be nyala both party agents because party mi alon ko candidate min nota loi ya dile ko inyanta representative soto la agent o mimbe sila je pour ka jube election nyimbe te ka nyami andu nga jele ko especially the two biggest candidates and the four biggest candidates, that is the NPP, UDP, and in PDIS, almost in all the polling stations, yela the party representatives also together. So, wala wajibo minti, anila nyanto minti, to make sure ko nibe bakso nyi yela la, yetara lori, ya jeko femman tara bakso nyi kono. And also you have election observers will be molmi alam ko iman tara party o party. Don't be famo mi alam ko iman ka Gambia di won. Don't be mu Gambia di won. Itata je to observe ko nyi ka ke nyame. Ni ya yele, ya confirm ko femman tara je.
Hold on.
Ya seal. Ni ya seal. Every box ya serial number le soto. Okay, nyim verify o min ka ke. Now that come like, for example, let's say Makati Square as an example. Polling station number 1. Yet 1,000 marbles less somebody because IEC will look at the registration of voters. Me along wala nyanta vote like in pool 1. Yeah, Jeko is 1,000. It's almost let's say 800 people. Maybe even 1,000 net delay wala 900. For in case come mol kam im fote ngani bero dundila baraman dunno. You know, because these things are fabricated locally. Sometimes you can who kadada nyaming as a keno bero nyinta tambinola. So ibaje la ko ibetala la ya change. You have ila right lem ila nyanto lem purieta ye complain ko nganna bero tala la ngadu ndi baramandum. So ya change to give you another one. So bari wo bero nanata ibele ka konti nyala ya confirm for 900 bero wala nata wo polling station on. So all the agents will confirm it and the observers. Janning carte fayo nyimbe commencé la. So ni carte fayo nyim commencé ta. Mol be rannale ni ta nata ni la voters card la kana ya di IEC official wala jube I pass to all the agents ibe ya confirm. What every agent nimbe sirinje ay party represent. Voter registration list o ba bulule abeta jele to jube ko kari comme nako Demba Cissé a jube Demba Cissé voters card 001 abejele a tik a mako at abejele ibe son ni toti je ay right to to complain ko kari de anim voters card natale bari a to man taraje so probably a to man taraje but ala to better la master register nyin kono so then IEC la election observer officer min beje wo ase IEC la electoral officer chief electoral officer min musambu janta sa ko no le ka fa kari le nafa de bari ala to man tara register nyin kono ale min dinna so ase number nyin ka anin to nyin jube on the master register natara to bi jele they have the right to give confirmation for ala a vote because ala to be jan but those are very rare circumstances come more situationally happen so near bero delay ibe dunna le boxo ibe dunna le pape fay sango kono ikilin inin ala tema idila wa jube le idla sta dundila jumala boxo kono ya dundi je ni ya dundi je ibe belo moy la ke clean wo kamin kande wala mu so that election party agents will be steering banta aning election officer nying aning some of the observers will be steering banta ye belo nyim ya lon ko carrier carte nyi file because ibuka la fi mo killing ayata ni dare fulala wala dare saba wala bere nani a dundi so ibajele at belo nyi nyanta malak sinya killing because carte kese killing ne be bulu so na mata sinya fula ibalo ne ko ye bere fulala dundi and that is an issue so what happening ko Gambia election is very transparent very credible and very straightforward.
And the
so
go ahead.
Nite baro fight. Yefinti. Yela voters card delay. There is a ink. Ikaminta yela bulu konde wanyinta ya dundi nying kono. So that to confirm ko ita vote le. Pour nita murta nang kotake. Or you go to another polling station and you want to vote. They will see the ink. Ya long ko ita carte file already. So you cannot vote for a second time. So ni carte nying be fight for 5 o'clock because luwa ya wale 5 o'clock. All polling must stop. Now stop that. You doing your bonding and your box will be bonding and you're thinking that because now it's on the spot counting. Before what used to happen is they have counting centers across the country. So you can land the motor can transport to go to those counting centers. But now wobuka ke. Minka ke wala niya bawo ka training fight a makati square la. Iba bondi la banta. Yana land the banta mol be frasirinje. Both the observers, journalists, voters, party agents, ibebe sirinje. So iba kala killing. For example, ni Abdullah Jameta bon. Ya jube ya confirm ko aman yele abe silin. Now ya na silin kuntu ya yele mol nyala. Ya jurma wala tne ka kenyo ni because kenyo la ka tara duma pour bero ni na boyta ya bongu ay boy wo kenyo kan. So ya sif. Ni ya sif. Wo tamel minul be buli ko wala sif so bero ni be burla ya dungo wol kono. So ya na konti kilim fula saba nani lulu woro fona banta. Ya announce ko itol be ya confirm inyala party agents ol nyala ko Abdullah Jamme ay bere wuli kilin nasoto ibe song e agrita ya safe on the list ni pareta ya ke wo candidates tol dol bela foni be pareta candidates tol bela figure so is put on the form ibe song ya confirm they give you it's a voluntary it's not by force it's voluntary ni taman d'accord imanya na sign but ni ajeti a sign ida d'accord tele ko min kontita wala mu wala kita correctly so yana sign so what form what document on you what paper you IEC la election officer member at that polling station ba wala tala ya key to independent electoral commission na head office bari party agents all fanan ibe wala tala fana ya key ila party on top because every party has a command center on election night so wala neka all these parties they know exactly what the results were last night before even the final results were declared because wala keta in 2016 niaje Jammeh Kabrabe Barrow call to congratulate him Jammeh ya find exactly what the difference of the votes was aga go hamga yen dam minna pharmacy is almost 18,000 something because he knew exactly that was the result that was the correct results but during IEC announcement okay they have some arithmetic calculation additional mistakes so some figures went in there maybe because of Excel so yeah copied maybe it was copied and pasted or it could be somebody just key in a number and then mistakenly instead of 2 you put 6 if you do the calculation it will give you a different figure so that was the issue that happened in 2016 but this time so every political party but results also collate like sort of because they all have their collation centers and that is why you see some people were jubilating last night well before even the IEC announced because already they knew what the projections are, but that result is not official. Mulatina among official, every party, Luaya Dile Ko, you have a representative at the Independent Electoral Commission head office. The same Komiyasoto Nyamin at the polling station. So every result na nata. Wakataralete ila party la representative has already sent the information to the command center. Maybe the command center should send it to you, or you can call and confirm. Ya foye ita fana yeli so ni jube ya jele ko ila party yemin foye. And what your agent told you, IEC fana ye wale foye, is the same figures, nothing has changed, then you sign. Once you sign, you have agreed and endorsed score, that is the final results. So it's that same results that IEC chairman is coming out to announce. The results were verified and satisfied by this guy representing this party, this man representing this party. Then I enact official results. So and this is what has been happening. Before 1996, Gambia among Independent Electoral Commission settlement, because in 1990, after the 1994 coup, what we had a provisional Independent Electoral Commission. But after they started pinning Bondige and make it Independent Electoral Commission, because what used to happen during Jawara's time, it was the Minister of Local Government and Lands, who was a minister and a member of PDP, but also a parliamentarian. One like election organized, so Yajeko, it gives more advantage to the ruling party because this guy is part of the party, number one. He's a cabinet minister who is serving. So our independence and our fairness is always questioned by the opposition. And Wasifa, even whatever Senegal Hanibi. So Gambia democracy evolved in certain level when it comes to how we vote. Because in Senegal, even with regards to democracy, they don't have what we have in Gambia.
Because Lafraka Daba intervene just one part for IJ for proof because now IJ for Juso Belala. So that is a very, very, very good improvement in the democratization process. So we should give that credit to APRC and Yaya Jammeh.
No, bro, you see me, one thing with me, and that is why a lot of people
will tell you that.
That is why some people think I am APRC. You see me, where Jammeh does something good, I always acknowledge that because ndela bade ko ndekli na betara laji andunte hadama dinta dunya ko na min jartante ngana wuliya fo muliya mi yalo ko sama alebente kiti la en sama janna because ndaman na dunya jan pour kana ko do nyidi ndela essence of nabalu dunya ko na ala fa alquran ko no I have created you not because yena dunya ko no ka ko do nyini wala ka kordallo bari kante ala batu anduni fata alebete kiti ndi wala so ate kiti ndi la because ntenga karile lafta karilal. So now I will accept ko wala keta. And that is the reason why up to today, ntamang join no in any political party in Gambia because I have my own independence and liberty to speak what I think. It's my it may not be fact among facts. It's my opinion, and opinions are open to criticism. It's open to judgment and whatever. But that is the problem with Gambia.
Hold on.
You understand? So this is the way the process in which elections happens in Gambia. So a bit difficult because some of the complaints they are making this party Kalerol di Janale, yet Tisatol di Janale, yet Vesol di. But which political party does not do that apart from PDIs in Gambia, if we are honest? You understand? So
yeah. So
1 minute hello caller.
Yes, mbal konton na you know.
Because our process le fokan
definitely nga understand non to longan to don't you know bari adiamo siata into awudu ning mobile ning call du ning finto adiamo siata you know.
Okay sai ita ba don to la akai to awudu jotelo matati ngata bismillah mbet metodi la jotelo miti.
Okay. Okay, budu de ku man ko yare de no ko mi mente jaxal ka won election ñing you know. Election ñing Gambian ko ñanta kelekilinte la you know nga ñomo you know. Ndama wole mbadin kilongol de parce que samana duta ni la mo ma dua ale ni la mo banta itela ka walin wala kari la ka walin suwo kono kan famle damangol la ka nyola kuliol attend damangol la ka nyola kibarol fa nyoye you can understand so ning carte o ning political ning ndajana fin dirajana sama labandula be nix you know in dunia man ngamang jari ko do la fo ndokol nen ko tole na du nyola sama you know so Gambia we da intention on nyingi sai
okay
so nte definitely mba fulo kan mba jibe kan dol be kam farine dol dungi bukalo be kono fang you know so badi nga try long mimbe caring you know I try the fact we tell them the fact what is going on you know between the youths that are growing up in future in tomorrow so that they can learn from our mistake and follow our step of our brothers you know what I'm saying just like kind of misbehave sato kono you know ngalon kon dammo ngol you know ngalon kon dammo ngol election on nying carte fete la fete le minyanta winna nde momo like nde kayro ngol duwante la banko ngol like de ala yalon de kayro ngol duware mbende banko sambala nyato de
ndefan kamin folam yawo ni hani meta tamadula ak iko bambose doko se me ba ko de nyaawo nya bukala mano bamboti de
adiang mansia you know ntol mon fe wala so ntol be janne bare ala yalon sitang you know so kayro ni no sabari ni sama ni bena asu ko na yalon dammo wala ba enjoy la you know so anga nyomuta alwo funding kele jo you know so lo ya dawo fana dia mala mule you know ayalo ngo nyum cartel ti you know boyta la you know aman jari ka bako karol block ke ndadula mun ndadula te mo kana tamil ndadula to kan fahamne be man nafa so you know sa do ni boyta le so hana ko sonkole mata kitiyoro aman jari saro balang aman jari mu ataga ya ida mo ka dunyo la ka kabolte nyo kan ka dunyo la so aman nafa so
okay abarak ya marlo be teata nyin ka sifa nka sula la bakele thank you brother thank you
okay you are welcome to ka ndebo concentrating nte na mira len ka bonna do kula ngal yo fi ngal la moy ni okay ala ba
kodoge time tata mbele filali rapop ali yamar kende strong kende ki ntoliye koteke albedi yamo minna bete atan sale sindi jam fo sama barenta kala no bawo kunun suto nga beke nyineti fo bim futata dame andun to nte manfen soto mbebe fola focal tentu kali jayi toro so atol lewa Gambia no liya marla ntolu na kuma jama man siaje ntolu ka kairo doron na kuman yalon ne muso ikoni setano kelo keta kese borna adingo nala musolt bar muso buka borna adingolt so ntolu wala mtola sulot andu ninke ke kabe banko malala abe borla bar musol nin dindingol wala problem mot eventually fil la koma so leftali muruna one more time nga rapop nga yam falal fanam bete funyandi ali akatali katola
Dabale bina follow bon fontele bina la to say boss la.
Madanga nying wrap up what I was saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ndefe you see nila party again mang song result mi yalanko wala keta wala dita o control min keta nyala. Number one is amanya na formo nyin sign na parce que na sign is legitimizing the results but also endorsing ko wala mutonyati wala keta. So ndefe I don't know. They have a right. They can go to the courts and seek redress. But abenda jahal la bake. Results on nyimbe change la no nyari. That's one. Two, kata kito da fana. It's not like just kata kito da because the law provides for it. I think manya na court system nyim fana abuse la. Because if I should go to court and seek redress, it's incumbent upon me that ko nga evidence nati mi alon ko ni moya je. Killing abe sonna ko This is facts. Number two, it can also change the results of the election. Wala, as a keno kuti mi alongo mosa bulo landino je ka foko nyinatina kari winter wala nyinatina election on manta silola for the court to totally dismiss the 2021 election results. But pourka foko come like based on assumptions, wala kari kalero le di, kari sigero le di, kari moto le I man voto le di jana. The truth is, you see, these politicians, they had an opportunity well before this election when they were talking about the electoral reform to look at election financing of political parties. But they refuse. Imagine because the truth is, no, these are the facts. Because
right,
it will happen. Because the truth is, in Gambian politics and all over the world, the friends of Muminti Walam, even in America here, you have business people, you have individual citizens donating to political party campaigns. Because it can based on not a business manual. If I see a party that has a program, that has an agenda, nimbe tax reduce for me. And I believe in that with the reduction of tax, not business will have the opportunity to grow and I'll make more money. It's my right. Donation okay, no, but there is a limit at which I can donate. And ninga donation on a political candidate on your party, you will come out and make it public. But the difference in Gambia is there is no law that stipulates donation on Kalanyari, how much it should be, what parties, how much money parties can spend, and all these things. So all these political parties like a donation receive. All these candidates receive donation. So the difference is, the incumbent is always at an advantage because the reason why a lot of these business people, because they know these people are in government, and near Gambia Jube, the biggest contractor, Nika contract issue out is government. So you see all these people, business people, and individuals who endorsing different candidates, they are not doing it because they love Gambia. They are doing it for their own personal interest. That is number one. First, because it's the same people, Minule Jawara finance, it's the same people that finance Jame, it's the same people that are financing Baro, and it's the same people who is going to finance another president now. So to stop that, the best thing, Walamu, this is a lesson that we can learn from. The way forward is for us to come together and look at the interests of the Gambia. Especially the electoral reform, electoral admin, with regards to election financing, with regards to how much parties can spend in a campaign, at least to balance the game. Because new wanted parties that have bigger finances would be at an added advantage.
But I say secretly, you Gambia.
Yeah, but y'all only have security. People can always go to the court and seek redress.
Okay.
And more because after another Sinti Banta, it's in someone no kid and it could be a problem and I can even be disqualified.
Yes.
So y'all on Luala Fenko, Luala main objective is not to punish but to deter people from doing what is wrong.
Okay.
Another thing is, just to wrap up, in the when you look at the results, this is similar to 2011. Yeah, Jame means wrong. Because Jame won in 2011 with almost 72%. And near additional if you add all these things, it's likely Kobaro is going around 72% of the votes. Baro did not only have legitimacy, but a mandate, certainly, overwhelming mandate from the majority of people who went out there and vote. And in when you look at the percentage of people that went out to vote, almost close to 88% of Gambians went out to vote because 962,157 registered. We had 836,009 voters who went out yesterday to cast their votes.
Yes,
so there is a difference. There is a difference of 126,148 who did not vote. So that is that 88% to 89%. That is huge.
That's huge. That's huge.
So that is overwhelming mandate and legitimacy when it comes to these results of the 2021 election results. So you look at the difference between the winner and the second candidate. It's almost 50% percentage point. So what kind of recounting is going to happen that is going to eat away the number of votes Baroye Minsoto to the point that the election on change. I don't see that happening.
Okay.
Wobente jahal la back. So ndabe min fola dron wala mu elections is a game, it's a competition. And in every competition there can only be a one winner. The person who won does not necessarily mean he is better than all the Gambians or all the candidates. It does not mean Fananko. It is his birthright for a Gambian soul lead. It's just Aketela all the Gambians cannot be president. We can only have one president at a time.
At a time.
And the truth is, but that is what I believe. Alalaka Mansa Tombong, ni mole for it's not God comes down on the ground and vote. But the Alala for Alkurano Konoko. Ndelaka Mansa Tombong, and nimba Mansa Tombon. Nka inject ila balokonal. But Ninka Busi, Nka Wafule. And that is why you see most of the leaders, when they lose election, they get chocolate. Because they are not prepared for it, because Alayo for Alkurano Konala meta. So the truth is, the majority of Gambians who registered and had the mandate to vote, they overwhelmingly went out there and they choose President Adama Barrow. He may not be the best candidate, he may not be the most educated guy among all the candidates, but
he won.
So what I expect from the losers is to accept defeat, concede, and congratulate the winner. What I expect from the winner also is to acknowledge this is not a victory for him. But this is more of a challenge. Gambians will have been liable. And in the next 5 years, Gambians will sit down and evaluate the entrustment that they gave to him. But also, Anyanta Hakilo Tulako, Nate Botajan Dunia, Alama Aye Balu 400 years plus. Alaba Kitila, Aba Nininka la Kabringe Karfa Gambia, Ya Taman Nyadile. So at a responsibility moment, he should not look at who voted against him or who voted for him. He should know Kabrate Winter. He now becomes the president of the Republic of the Gambia. So he is not a president of the NPP-led coalition, but he is president of the Republic of the Gambia. So which means he is representing every Gambian. So Abe Koko Kela, Anyanta Jubela, what is the general interest of the whole Gambian?
Yeah.
So it Mota Kukela nak dunya bebe sonna minna, dunya bebe agrila minna. Amam possible. But in Alatema Jube, what do you think is the best interest of the country? You do it.
Yes.
Sama ibelo no la because as a me nya be bolaje do fana binala. And what I want for these people to understand is today they are in opposition, but tomorrow they can be in government. And what you do today, inyanta jubela sama ni tata foi kata president ni moya ke foi tabe abe diale bang fate diale
at diale.
So everybody needs to think about this, and they have also a responsibility to send a very clear message to the general population of the Gambia. Electoral marketale. If they want to go and challenge the results, they have a right. Nobody should deny them that. But there are laws which governs that, and I think if they will follow, while in the meantime they issue statement and call on their supporters to remain calm and go in their houses and go on their normal businesses. That also people need to understand. It cannot stop the elected president to be swearing and continue and assume his role as president unless and until the court decides otherwise. Because that was my difference between 2016 and now. I agreed and in 2016. Jammeh had the right to challenge the election results. But what Jammeh did not have the right, and he wanted to do that was to say he has annulled the results. Atete Adama Barrow to inaugurate he did not have those powers. A Jammeh la mistake mujelet. But purka foko kata court purka redress it, he had that right. And I think the reason why is not Gambians all denied him that. No, we did not deny him that. He denied himself that. Because by the time that election results was being disputed, there was no quorum of a sitting Supreme Court, High Court, Supreme Court. And it was the responsibility of the Supreme Court to sit down and decide on that petition that he was supposed to do. So what don't just do it because you want to do it to disadvantage other people. Because so I think we have learned lessons from 2016 and these elections. And I think, like for they said, this should not stop us moving forward. We need to move forward. Those who want to seek redress, let them go to the courts and seek redress. And whatever the court decides, we respect that. For the meantime, the results that the IEC issued, wale official results, the wale lota, unless and until the courts, because the only credible institution that is mandated by law to decide otherwise or annul the results is the Supreme Court of the Gambia. So if they want, let them go there and make their petition and make sure they bring all the evidences that they have, and let the court sit over it and then decide what happens.
So, but we will continue following this. Albinala Janne Watu at Nalia time, so every Sunday, Minala Janne, we will follow this thing. But okay, minimum follow until, you know, we Sunday do ko start from this ngatanyin because the carte file will be kananan, and we want to improve our nation, left tala to another level, make political kalanyadi like civilized, make political kalanyadi without violence. Ale entol harige fennella. I am for harige fennella mi ya lonko. Ninga bi le ninga nayo harige tambul. Nse fola for kaburo. Walam peace. Walam kairot. Koto kete continue janning mbalubula.
Yes, left a point clean thank you wrong because come Benjamin Bikachala, but 2016 Minketa J, Mojama Kujama Karanjele. Paringamera, it would have been much easier. Ka George Woro Bondinam from Nigeria or anywhere, someone rather than to come and institute a battalion of soldiers in the Gambia for 5 years. But between all be mukule to me along Karambundalum, be Karana daming. I would rather bring in the judges here for Koya than actually court get and correct hand over than economic summon. When it all cost me to be economically, socially, and whatever, I be jailing all jelly. But it left me for a drone, be Muruna Dami Wolom. Lua TJ Ndema of nga jubilenga kisi or election regulations mapko. IEC ne carte fai within this hour inyanta ka results puntindi. One results puntindi inyanta amanyana sila another 24 hours ma puntindi. Mimbi ja senata wolom. The returning officer is the chairperson of the IEC. And whatever sila lepo I authenticate konkana results on minfo. It's hardly I na puntindi. So ni mi monsongala ila nyanto lom purkata kiti dula mimbe kala obu kalale andu o ka foko fana mbita kiti dula o manyana tinala ko ai isila nyaton ko manyana ka fola jamale ganeta so be mbedami san ai isila doku kele opposition fana mbita ka query nyanta tala kiti wala taje nka wala senandi because tol manyana kala wol dati la mouthpiece ti jang or any other political party ka kala mouthpiece bari lafta ka kumo dolfo momin hakilo wartede woyen sabaja diam tawolom dabati a jebe claire carte ka faynyame bari alingam fongo nyininka muni atin nantul mo pindu anin society dol kono fatata katu wo molu imam fisi antol ti fango fenti ike mira len kam mira hadama dingol leti dol hadama dingol mune fata anin da fem dol mini yalon ko wolle damaka alay hakilo le dinna mu hakilo ay min dinna ngam mira wolto na dalilo ke mirola na kitiyo tay kabrin tol ngo soto drong kalon ne mune beteyata ani mune man beteya wato dol bi jarita pour mi yalon ko wolon siloti ngo tamandi ninko ngana jubele munon toñati because min musiloti anda be kayro sabatindela ngawo ken sina toñani bondi nyamo kono ban ka korontole andum bintol nga nyantole soto na banku dingole katu nyanta banko nyin molle nyanta ketala ndol bulu ni ba ketala nyanta ketala bundal le lamini yalon ko isata ilota nyim bundal min bebi je hadama dingola mirolom anala fero anu hadama dingoman timma Oto wati nyanta kanao bundal revisit IEC long wo, Pura long wo, any other institution ngamin bill pour kana democracy londe nyanta wati ka revisit. But I kuma killing for lafta muruno kana katuntenga fule no. In the first place, ngani ne itandiko. The 100% voter turnout sotla. But let's assume 100,000 will not come. I feel like suffering down.
Yes.
And the near GB minimum function is 122,000. So obviously, about 80%. 80% of it volume. So in conclusion, I want to say that alinga katanunga Cairo sabatindi banko kan. Okumata bake. This electoral financing mbokela na kacha dotule because awo miro palanga nga jibe bakela nya. But ni obota jente semi for don binto mbeja ala mbetentula. Thank you very much for the time. Alama alejo. Law maribe duko minke kan Gambia anin Gambia dion alama alejo ala. Mola taro dumbuka jamo kan dumkiling. Abena fala dula dote fanga bafla ko kare nyim fole. Daba Malik nam nene nam be personal in kala program or follow le. Bare funding ke nyine nyam banko kan puru ila nyanta minkela banko yake atuta molle bule song. So mbafala le ko good night. Ala barka bake. Ala masuto diala ninga kuma fo jam mafu ko warse yam fanye en jonti ya nasolom nku kendelom do salom ala le ya bulanda. Zakutani pour mo sena fasoto ala barka bake ala masuto diala.
Thank you. Bijana all the time. Keba kende. Ima diata. Thank you. Okay. Dabahite, hold on because we have a caller. Janimbera Popla. Hold on. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Todi madam.
Alnimbara, manjarala. Mbenna prodala Jaikandro Maliki, Komabe Mempoka, you know. It's very important point. Ndol Gambia nol sign na sponsor, sign na independence or ndol mem fanam fintita ulo kono na lonne na finto menke ulo kono. Anin na lom fintita na Bangkoka nyame balafa na suno asembo warabata. So mansakunda molnyandang hakilo tula mansakunda la karola bakele kotoke la kumo makuntude ay damen fo ako kontiro ka ke damen minatina political party IEC ebga political party invite because of kullole beje kullome yalon koy malla fi Gambia nol yalon bare Malik la kumo Gambia nol fana nyanta jemo la kendeke ni IEC a kankula koy karle gagneta ye piso maintain bayrin dol mantra Gambia barna dimbal fan ba Gambia la so ninterol dol wulta dol fata komasilola dol fata jiokono so woben dol Gambia nol nyanto bata mira la le na miram bota damen anin na wululal fan be ko ma nyamen na try Gambia banko e piso to so ngamen dua jang momo yalo ibe Gambia jamfa kolto alama alaya donko ikmokan nte mbal tentula mbal jayla bintu ite alama ali so si jawni jat kende ala alama mela Gambia nyato alama mela fonninkol advice wala alama mol fanankele la mo la moy la fananti abaraka bake o ndebe France la Marseille ala baraka bake yes I mbal la kacha follow kana birin kono you know birin kono mansino mbal follow kana thank you very much baraka bake okay no problem de hani lafta kudol la moy la ani lafta kudol moy la Gambia la karola kana France banko ka Marseille kono nsi ma koy no wala lem fanansi information on dila no jela parce que jang Gambia jang Marseille jang France banko kan jang nyinan saw Gambia faninke fula la pat so abe keda minati fitino nin kelo so man duwa wala na banko be nyamen alama Cairo sabatila na banko kan alama Malik da jabila banko kan alama mol kala kumo la moy la fananti ko do ke men fanan boramandi ka ko fo kam bal betendula mbal jayla ndol birin konon ndol fanan mansino France la mbato le polo kan ka Gambia la kolo because JRTS ndab ko jibe wol buka fenna ko Gambia la karol ala baraka bake o yes ala baraka
call from
no problem
Hello. Kola la background of the
Okay.
Yeah, Todi Mado. Mela ino yele kande probably call kenang number balie duma je call hold on. Number balie duma je +16783900539 nin da bahle bijam nsa call dan tanta. Okay, call a Todi Mado.
Call from.
Double kemo.
Kemo ibri mintin eta mum fato man.
Alwakara do binto.
Mbijang kaira doro.
Daba kontonyo na lumba kabla.
Okay.
Until Kemben mental committee in the program of follow Kadameno advice do electoral for Kadatam. Abuka men Kedas because the Alamo Bay.
Background of a busy in the Jetala ye fang ena. It's a yellow diamos seneaja.
Okay.
Okay. Back in more to continent.
Yo, come more be advice dong ni Ketala Tamita. More be Kilinti and sign a banco doku. We in political difference totally. But more killings support no. But me believe that democracy popular vote count and then winter. Na mbe jikko alalo sabu ban dem dino dem bebu so insinyo respect na nyo bunya nga bankoje don kan yu na ala men kala fana momolo askeno nyina emawi ba next congo next election ila padio si winno wala mun advice ndo de procrading kafno gambiano la ya lo wala. But also for an electoral member carry election, man believe at man part the Kenola, but at the Kenola election day, or man believe for that because none got agent totally. I is mental and returning of the agent thing. So I would call it back election day, counted blood to Catholic again. Then man believe for that. But anyway, moment in fan right so like election result challenge but I come in more love on them mented na Gambia je do ninga Gambia je do keno ala be mbak wala abe muso fitno ma fitna tikala inshallah Gambia no be Gambia je do wala mun advice inshallah
baraka yeah daba yandim bita
yes
ntedi amuta nying agent olele before election of the sila ya explain exactly iko mo be nyaka tara boxola kan andika agent fulal soto andu ka fengo sunya is just asunya rosi fan wo they don't so okay but anyway when you analyze lale nga process nyimbula aya fan samba nga jibabe danna dame but next Sunday mbetara jam kola do fanam fele e kola solo ba kan nga so time hello
to accept press 1 to send
hello kola
hello
background or talang come from way yellow okay but anyway okay so daba nyewo kay ngamira mbe continue mba process on you be sane do ko fa be sia
Lindo yajale you can even see the CSO Gambia on CSO me along they were on the ground they monitored the elections. You saw the statement that they issued.
Yes.
Ndema foko people cannot be advantaged and disadvantages in terms of candidates, especially when you are an incumbent. That is possible. But kokilim fanang Gambian sol nyanta credit dila Adama Barola for that wala mu for the first time dangaje presidential incumbent president candidate the campaign kan ay official government vehicle ta land ala own party la vehicle use nunto wo buka sotono jawara la time lembang foya jame la time lembang they all use their individual government assigned vehicles kata campaign you understand so nde manke moti mi alan kon ka kumo leta bari kom kari ya foko they are using state resources. I should believe they are using state resources when you don't give me evidence.
Okay.
Because the truth is those military personnel, those security personnel, minulba escort can. Because he's the president. Hold on. Those people are doing their official work. But like him, for the first time, all the political parties were given equal number of security personnel to protect them. More advancement in our democracy. You know, the next thing, people mistaking cabinet ministers and civil servants. Cabinet ministers are not civil servants. These are political appointments. Role is not only to guide the policy of the government in that particular sector, but their role also, because they are political appointees, they must get involved in politics. Because I see a lot of the times people complain about the Minister Karibe General campaign.
They are politically appointed.
Because they are politically appointed. Ni ana Baro Mantaraje, minister, minister. But if Baro is not the president, the civil servant, so Baro is civil servant in government since the royal time, they are working in civil service. For fire bondi level.
Hold it there, hold it there. Nganyong caller daughter, hold it there. Hello, caller. Caller.
Hello.
Todi Mado.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Todi Mado.
Jao.
Jao birimintina. Jao mfele jam kota kere. Birim kunu yalo ne niwe birimintin kan nembe birimintin na dorong kungol fe. But say ngamira kolonga jata na nokodi.
Exactly. Yeah, Bindo.
Birimintina.
Yeah. Coming kunu rek kachake da nyame rek. I'm following. Yeah, adun lafta kela panelisol be tentu ke jay. Especially daba mola mi alon kon ka follow bakele kabrin time moment na fanga katara gis. Yeah, he's very factual. Coming Tonya dala buka bala fa Tonya. And these are the type of young people we want. Me alon ko ibe mol encourage la me lo tilim kang be na banko je na banko deda. Mote banko samanola mole. Yaje electiono fangon defana nene participate tajele about 2 to 3 times.
Agentia.
Yes, I have been a party agent. That was in 1996 when it was hard. Get a party agent. About auto 2011 get a presiding officer. There is no way in this Gambian electoral system with this marble Mosi Sunyaro Kenanyame. Nime ya foe wallahi billahi tallahi amantonya. Not in the process. Ni Sunyaro bekela. I can do la do malon coming nyinga advantages all mem for aning molka rumors mem for kavoka cartel sang like imarinyol te vote la. But with this election, I was surprised the number of turnout. Cartel sang te phone out how almost 80% of the registered voters turning out and going to vote massively for their decision.
Barniko cartel sang fanante ndeko ni carte sen mol ni smartphone mo se mo record mo se mo natal fumuna ni was the evidence killer na moliaji.
With this technology now, with this world we are living in, I feel they personally not candidate lose talent. But I felt this is about the Gambia. This is not about me or my candidate. As a party, ndola role mumuneti to come and sell our agenda to the electorates. Electorate sol wale la right soto ya jibe among all the candidates menul fundira. Whose agenda are they going to buy? And no one can force them on that.
Yes.
Like Daba said, asikeno molbe karamwo mari wo candidate oti, asikeno molbe sumatati ndole amira nyameng. Anyhow, asikeno le ni mol ko ilafta wala. Who are you to correction that? Or who are you kafoko wotekela? Mol go carry. There is no way you can do nothing about that.
457,000. Well, out of 900, Gambian
for me personally, I was really very disappointed because I never felt even a candidate up to that number of votes. Yet I would the Barola, but Moli Apola Senator, they want Baro.
Yeah.
So I have to go with them. They want Baro. So what else? Then we walk for another 5 years when it is election time. We look at what else we do.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very
nga nyo ya marja nga nyo kachandi. I'll call kana nga 10 more minutes dia la ninda bah bijang kola.
Yes, assalamu alaikum koteke.
Alaikum salam. Todi madum koteke.
Ndelam Usman Baro Luxembourg ndaka bi on nalbe ñokane
ani birum kunu nalbe birmintina mbe cufayla
birum kunu wallahi ko bi sawan ndaka do wala ko da fonsinaro jandi mbela la nga kuma nim fayje
ani baro yalo nem ko murun na ñimu akay bankole kumandiro ket ñi manke bintola do kuti ñimu banku do kuwale fangole
ha bare ko yala memi fule ko bi inin daba kabo bi la mbala panelo kono le yamay because definitely speaking kal follow bakala do mafoko you are the best or mafoko atule bias atule fair ta jindol bed but at the moment that I have the feeling that you are talking points without bagging anybody continue with that but left time follow Gambian ko be salamoy through you mo salamoy ñeku yata back because mun ñeku ya na lonnal mi yalan ko dul jikite ko wolle ben tolbun because one of them nga as a support la man ka to faade because to be that but I was disappointed, and I want to clear this. I make my post in Facebook. I was disappointed. People like Esafal and Lawyer Dabo, with the knowledge they have, the know-how they know in the law. Kalo election of caring form by they are public figures. Be it all finita. Kafole bulale no automatically. For nyam clean that. Kafinting in time kata ko to kan call the challenge like this. They are lawyers. Esafal could have sit in his house. I call I conference kala bunkono I have he don't agree. Mama Kande did the same thing. But why are they coming together and they are not in a coalition? Why they have to come together to make a bigger gathering? These are the people at the cause of it. I'm sorry to say this, but that's the fact. And Gambia let them go to the Supreme Court. They are lawyers. Imagine that lawyers are behaving like this. What about me and you? All the youths in the street there. What will be the name Kokradom? Cricket will be kidla. Tukare, more than the Diamla, and the Mafoko, Puriamang, Adu, Diamla Kuram. I can second him. Therefore, I'm going to put in agenda and bring NCP Jamano. Bring NCP Jamano. Yeah, you can for them because agent, more the cartel file police station or agent mala cartel confirm. Amala register confirm. Abukake. Let me confirm Antonia. I can confirm that I have suffered a book over every agent. You have your own log. You have your own log where you have all the names, and you have to verify whether the card you see the name is there. It tallies with the serial number. So if your agent slip, because imagine if you see these last 3 places, because they want to use that as a cover up. Because Dabo has said this before. He will make this government, he will make this country ungovernable if you don't win. And these words will follow him. Huh? Because in Dunya Jamano B, anything you said is in records. But in be Danila, Dukare, Alpha Lemute, Londo Sotle, Ikana Funti, Nikan funding Kabule normal. At the funding in Kabule Noma, Nintensuno Wulta, those people, Bukeje, Ikeji Watanokara letter, Gambian to Ledentala. Please. I support. I wish Gambia is a faljenu coming a la caron. But the political you know problem. Say fele ibabula le la kulunkono ibana brain dunda nyokono. I mean the fola mo kendol. Gambia ubula. UDP etankum. Thank you very much. Alala ko bani nyanak. So ko dande bella la bare ko se dundo nga.
Bare sen text na number be siaro mo bare sen text na because the sola le nyinka jasi fala la wato wati sang kana do ko le start. Our president declared.
Definitely, I want to join you.
Yes.
Definitely, left a couple of months anytime. Nal bija ronta, I will try to join you. Benga na kilo kejoka. Government to let them tala. Na kafinyo kan do momo nedo banu sito ya keje. But Allah kacha kajenye bakele.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Aparaka bake. Mbe daba for encounter na bake Malik. You know. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Call from.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. Background or tala puri sammo no.
No, but ma ko man tara jambagel.
Okay. To di madu.
De Umar
ko ribu ka wandi tole fuko.
No, Bakola Italy Umar boy. UDP.
Umar UDP. Imanyo soto bismillah.
Nde kay boy nde min je ko kono sister nyin kay nga wakiri rek mori nga ko bedu ala groupe.
Okay.
Yeah, because boy, ndia ko nyindlando ala kadi boy, man siya kay ala rek boy. So, no 100% hope so ko ba win na le ala na boy, but ala na ko latin din nyami na nga betu ala mo. Yeah, because I didn't leader for my minker in the mass support because yala na ning la flight baro boy ta nyanda ko connect la before this day nga coalition no make ni ay sa fal ni nga baro kela ji. Mo make for say baro win the already kana mo na form ko take. What are you why no boy? Sister. Yeah, so best rek ming important that Gambia we are all ones. Not miracle le man kiri rek but yal na patient nga domondo nga ñu understand ko place ni still ale adi baro la boy. Because ndaje ñim place ko manke problem or African camera man say alam problem or system. Man say is not the problem. Man system o jikol ñanda ko le falen boy. Ñum ko ko le ta no anyama. Yeah, jikol det di mo fali rek bo system auto work la boy because mbem kamé ngalo nyaadi lati adam baro ba sidi official kon kayto la kana ka sign president o woda ma wala bari te minister be janale sojoro be janale police be janale mo be su ha banko be dano nyaadi ite bulat ro swaro ta fu ngajibe Gambia be di ngol muta ko boy ko do di la ko do ndaga man sala keso ko ite abule poso ko ine dimba balu min karo faade man sa mede ko man sa man bete ite ni man sa jama jow ya ah boy nga try rek boy nga ñoo nga bala fa ñoy pentele bala fa foiro le nga pentele understand nga bala fa ñoo nga ñoo understand kon dolle wuludan dolle dendan dolle yalla na boy
yes
without that we got to work with man system right so best rek boy nga patient rek ñoo bor nga la ñinti boy o don nak moma la fika boy mo bere yalla na boy ni ala yalla ñaama rek nga muña rek nte wala su ko mo nak ta ko mo le pour yalla nga muña nga patient nga next 5 years batu baro abe ñaado nga domon nga fe na ka betiata nga support na ka man betia nga silo itandala boy ate
opposition ya on sola to sola to opposition wala fam kaman sa tamandino because from where
yeah but you come back to the wala Africa buka develop because oppositional buka opposition ya bula nin kerde fayo banda rek nga election opposition ya nga fay jena nga banku do ko nin election sita nga election o ke boy but kabri adam baro fon sita jang kabri ya jame wulta boy election kilo man banno bo what is the problem Gambia na nyaay na ñoo understand bala fa ñu ko
Omar UDP sai wakay ñina hanin tol fananga abantal minado ko la sai
yeah nde kay mo mi so baro nena ma support da tonya na ko ala ko ko fon nga boy fanga som boy mo misil mo rin ka talla boy
thank you
sonde ko jawol ñamar rek yalla na boy
baraka
wa ñing ala gambe so kay rola rek boy mo moro nding xame ko boy ala ya be sonan nding setano ko jam fa ko jawa ko ay banko ay tanka wala
amen Imanyo so brother thank you
yeah.
Okay daba sai okay ngamra sai vanangan na service din dun ipa na wrap up nganda service din dun
you know I know like losing an election or losing itself
Daba, it won't be fair to this person. Nimani Mari la Colta. Hello, caller. Caller.
Mbe mo kan Binto.
Todi madu. Ibi jela ba.
Hello, kamwala.
Anke mo le todi madu.
Hello.
Mbi janne kamwela.
Okay, nke mo lang ko mbela programa la mo kan
Todi madu.
Ahmad Lori Empire never contribute la
Bismillah.
Yeah, coming out down to science and tending election oketala coming out and said do UDP ma accept daning ASAP mama can be. So at this moment over sensitive so not better kila more be then the UDP let's support come for this election confirm but I'm not that much into come mang jarabi political but coming, we are in a very sensitive moment because akita nyawa Gambia mu 50 until 50 months, well 70 until do months. So the rest of the people months, let us be very careful. Like, but then na kuala nyamba, nanganing kona tama na nyamba kabang, ikang family because political tension, is dangerous as a cause no miyango like until be mongania, So Gambia being a Gambia da mala soto. So at the end of the day, yala na UDP mami follow UDP ngole. Interbe tola support ka this. Mami follow like yala executive button because I know Dabo will not go out. Puruka kuke mi anga banko hotla. The same thing to Mama Kanda and Esa. So let them take pace and yela executive button. But decision of mentala itol sitawala. Not a bit legal button lele sitawala. But let nobody go. Provocation on cold on all park. We are in a very sensitive moment. Any mistake, bela punishment. Any mistake. Mogana mira come cyber outside or no. This is politics. Model drunk politics up to the extent that they will not never accept this. So the leaders will need more but to wreck and the provocation of an ambassador, at the end of the day, it's going to cause a problem that yeah, so
I'm grateful to have y'all. Daba.
Yeah.
Ndol mo buka use no nyama doloman do fo nyama. Doloman do fo nyama. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. That is why it's difficult for people. Today they will say
hello, caller. Hello, caller. Todi Mado. Alaman son daba bulala de bare nga 10 more minutes deal. Hello.
Hello, nko la fajo na programa ni.
Yo mfele jam mfele binto media network Todi Mado.
Ntomu Dembalde, mbes kolla Spain.
Demba ibirimintina.
Nasa duna num programa olta ina.
Bare ibe programa lo kono Demba ko rimete birimintindum fo ila kuwol be na sita nyula raw. Demba.
Man.
Demba ye birimintina Demba mo oppositional di abusande. Nkonde mano fa abe bambutu lol fa ontaka ba ko mozi kama ala line no maso. Demba. Demba butuo Demba ite la line no.
Ilahi bari alla programo nice tabake le na.
Bare Demba hold on sai dundana Demba ko rima bambutu lol ma moy iko di sagnole e birmintinet.
Yen birmintin bakele bante be min forade wala min diko.
Aha. Call man beteo. Hello? Connection.
Bilahi yen birmintin bakele bi.
Bismillah.
Wala min diko nga patient to the Gambia mumbela Gambia alti. Yalo bawo Gambia non la disadi katwe ko yaram baro an Gambia be ko laari nyamen ten. Idung saim be ngolam. So nga patient to the right, Amanjari problem la mbe mu broda soleti Gambia,
Okay.
So alla program is very nice,
Thank you.
Adambaro pada fana ya kata rek ay Gambianol makoy ay youthol makoy.
Mbinala le
ay kontinkel makoy.
Yes, sayen kay president Baro nala man sakundalo ndimbe binala nga kenna hajoti nga kafala naido ko baramba fola ele amamin
ngina politiko la o bantal.
Ngina politiko la nga fa control lafta nyindula hurin dole bijel lafta ngolo su.
Apana e molla moya kana akana ko dol jibe ay am nga banko jibe,
Yeah, abaraka ya. Thank you.
Very important.
Yeah.
Okay, ala baraka.
Okay, daba nda kola sol be banano bare matu nga fa yam fanye mbijanne birum kunu nda fa fon singol yimut be yam falanyela nena fanka be dunana nka yam fata rs kata bata sifa nka rs for next week. Next week is a panel do.
Aman easy bari banko doko jarkala.
Yeah.
Because Gambia has given us so much. People like me, Ndola life being Gambia. We went through the public school. We achieved every qualification that we got in Gambia. And the Doko Be, 23 years experience Doko Be was in Gambia. So Gambia kujamale dintola. So Ndolfa na responsibility lam na jibe memin kela Gambia, and this is just a little sacrifice that mobe min kela. Among easy because nibe diamukan you necessarily, especially when you are speaking your own opinion, because always people confuse opinion and in facts. Nindol Narajang, we are not coming here to give out facts. The opinion mean deal wala mutonya. But na opinion la nga jerinyal nga call je nyamin nem anding luwa fana yemim fo it's important nga work put out there because mo jama be jemi yalan ko be la moy kan maybe ya moy like because in this generation of technology there is a lot of fake news nin kata and dol be je because ima long they don't know how the process work it's a scene wala kibar kilim moy long berem iko tonyale you understand so sometimes it will blame Nola because they don't know what the realities are and what the law says. But I have so much respect for all the candidates and all the politicians in the Gambia because especially the generation of 1996 today, minul benung party leadership, those who we are contesting, because we all know what we came from. It was not an easy situation me alanko most will not wrong a political party setup because people like us we lived through all the 23 years of the Ajamela rule. We knew and we experienced firsthand what was happening in Gambia. Nintata B, the reason why I said Gambia victory sort of is B near Juve, the number of candidates that participated in this election, the number of people, civil society, journalists, the kind of information that they have access to, the kind of opportunity that candidates have to stand in different platforms and speak their mind. You know, more advancement. 10 years ago, it wasn't possible. 15 years ago, it wasn't possible no. Because yalan ko ku fana nimba fola nga tonya fo nyoy. Wo fana mo improvement that is a progress. Ala man kuda hadama dinte kuda la dunia ni alan ko abe 100% perfect la because perfection is only for God. Ala drona timata.
Abuka mol fon what? Abuka mol be what?
Hadama dinti jemi alan ko timata 100% ko a perfect la ay ko ku ke dong a correct la tonya le. So nyanta sonna ko whether it's IEC, whether it's the government, whether it's the opposition party or the party leaders, they will make mistakes. They will make error of judgments. So, but nimba fola nyoye fanan nga fo from majio kan aning respecting hormo kan because ntaka min for drong wala mu all these political leaders that you see they are all enough to be our fathers, our uncles and our brothers and our sisters. So men min fola drong wala mu kila ya min fo moyem kabra mo nata kan akaya ko musudolem de ngajele bari laftana e jenoke akaya ko foybe sonna ba moyni moni e bama e jenoke banga akaya ko hani akaya ko foybe sonna moni la sister e jenoke banga akaya ko hani akaya ko foybe sonna moni la dingo e jenoke banga akaya ko hani akaya ko musundingo minje mola bama le mola sister le mola mama le mola dingo le so bawo iman la fi pour yake e bama la iman la fi yake e dingo kana kala so it's the same thing when you go out there even loring platform all kan kamol banen kamol wulu nyafo kamol la ngaybol bonni nyante mirala ko fonni moya ketela wala moya kete wulula wala ila kotoma wala ila doma ibe mina feel so ni mo ka wo mira drong ite lola openly kanendroke because ni ka diam ndaga mfama ya fonya kabri mbedinding akonye ni ka diam mo sabala kelama mo mi yalon ko killing ibe min fokan aman ku lonje aman ku kalamutaje fulanya mo mo leti mi yalon ko ite min lonje exactly ata fana wala lonje bari mo dobe je mi yalon ko ate ku lonje min tabbita fon ite lonje do dan
ite min long
so akonye ko ni be diamula ni hakilo to nyin ku sabol kono ibe min fola iba lonnal ila dandula fana iba lonnal andu diamu wato le bala fo nyala bala fo dulale bala andu a fo nyola bala. It's not everything is to be said. Because sometimes ikaku for lemialanko tonyalem, but you are saying it to the wrong person or you are saying it at the wrong time. So wo finance fit no nothing all. You understand? So Gambia tata another be ntol bele denta Gambia. In the next 100 years, ntol bebe tara dumala. We'll have another generation of Gambians. So nga complain jamala ke the older generation how one man Gambia they did this, they did that. But ndol fanan na responsibility minti. Are we gonna sit down and watch nga Gambia ming inherit? Nga wo hand over to our kids or to our grandchildren or worst situation of that Gambia. No. But the truth is, in the final analysis, ninga jube. Mbe ka lonne, sondomo ka lonne tonya be dami. Dale ka sambalang pour ka fo. Bari mo be ya lonne. You see, in daga minfo. Ya jele mo jamale be la moy kan. Mo mi alon no, people who they participated in elections as polling agents or party agents or election observers.
They were watching. They were watching.
You know, they're saying exactly what I'm saying. Ndama foko sunyarote kenola election, but not on the day of the voting process with our current status quo in our election process. Have a difficulty because you have to collude with all the party agents. You have to collude with the election officer. You have to collude with the observer officers, people who are out there to observe how the election process is going. So it will be bribe no la nyadi like a whole more be sang. And some of the individual citizens me alon ko be lori je kabri carte ni be konti.
And tubab do mo ko ngeje banko kan they were watching.
It's nearly impossibility pour woyeke. The truth is I think Barrow's party has a better campaign strategy.
Yeah.
And they work hard on it and it paid off. This is the fact. And I think it's important that those who lose, they sit down and analyze the results, analyze the campaign and where they went wrong and try to work on that. But Barrow fanam ndebe advice o min dilaf Barrow la pour kan na fankol kan na kuma ko soronjere wala mu. This what I expect him in his acceptance speech is to thank every Gambian, those who voted for him and those who did not vote for him. To also thank those who competed with him in this process. But also to call on the nation to come together, unite, stand together, and work. That does not mean opposition manyana sotola. Me, I believe opposition should a very strong and formidable opposition nyanta sotola.
Nyanta sotola, yeah.
Because it's the responsibility of the opposition and the civil society and to hold him accountable for the election promises that he made. And the responsibility the kind of government cabinet he's going to set up will tell me where we are heading to.
We are heading to.
And this time he has no excuse because in 2016 it was a coalition government. Even though some of the things that he did, I did not agree with that, and I have said it before, and I still stand by that. But also I have to acknowledge it's an improvement. Gambia la carrot. Because wofana mo nyanta sonna wala because ala mimu ala tifan kabra be frawana la call for money. Ay kwa frawana la beta call fole ala jaw ma fanan fole. Kabra be setane la call for money. Ay setane la beta call fole ay setane fanan la jaw call fole. So hada man inte jemi alan ko ala ya dana ta dunya atabe ku jaw do na barakan wo man so. But so also there is no human being ala min da mi alan ko ta dunya be ku beto do na kekan. Ntol bela kan naman tol bela kan mistake, some are deliberate, some are not. But I opportunity means in the first time. At the was
yeah.
Because the truth is, in the first time, he was in experience, and among experience to work in government, among experience of being a president. But in these last 5 years, I think he has learned a lot, and Nama learned from he needs to learn a lot because our responsibility they are very honest. Because president responsibility is the most easiest work but what makes it difficult is niti ya molta molmi alonko ibuka tonya foye ikatule jamun na drum ibela personal interest don na jube all those people will never give you a better advice or ite tonya foye. I look to the day mi alonko be government sotola mi alonko in cabinet as a jarafang yo kurpenyo fay nyo kamfang in discussing certain policies because Dolman song, Dol Santa, all in the interest of Gambia. So Gambia for the responsibility, political parties also the next assembly, Nimbenala. Gambian sol fana nyante nyaayele. They vote for competent candidates me along code. They can sit down and analyze statistics, they can sit down and analyze figures, work on it, and defend what is the interest of the general Gambia. Because whatever Gambia sambala nyado. Yes, we blame the president because Ataleba at the helm of government, but government more collective responsibility. The executive have a role to play, the judiciary have a role to play, the parliament has a role to play, and the citizens and the private sector. So ni molbe ni momo ya la responsibility ta assume ke. I believe come improvement sort of like. We cannot build Gambia in one day, but I believe if we start, it's just like the process of building a house. You lay a foundation, ika bricol landinyo kan ikata fo bungo yelo ay complete. Ya paint ay nyinya ni monata jube ay lonko nyinya. And that's a process. Banko doko fana mo nyamalet. You cannot just jump in 5 years ko. Everything that was wrong in the last 55 is one yanta perfect level. It's not possible. But at the end of the day, I hope some of the opposition leaders who have issues will sit down and advise themselves.
Lafte nyinin kala dim President Barrow abela filaka opposition or higher kadundala government. Iti abra who will stand a better chance. New more war okona.
No, I think ndala kumakamo like just what I said because I've always said this. You see, most of the time, Gambians are example from Senegal, and I always say this. You know, amanke sanjot. I'm not that old, but I spend a lot of time reading and doing research and talking to people. They have been here for a very long time. If you read, if you do research, you come to understand Ablai Wada is an opposition to Abdou Diouf. I opposition begin in Senghor's time, the first president of Senegal. Another Abdou Diouf la he was a very strong critic of Abdou Diouf, but most of the time, ni election or tabida katara in Abdou Diouf's government, ni election kanasi I think aita law against Abdou Diouf. You understand? So opposition martinako ni the government appoints you to hold a position ni alanko ite jikita ko isa keno. Therefore, you just take up the position for the meaning of being taking it. But natarako ye appointed to a place ni alanko you are competent and you think you can serve Gambia. Take it. Because the truth is, a lot of the times you cannot be from the outside and make influences within the system. Because minister like a policy, government policy and agenda in drive. So neither man can minister. How can you, if you are not minister of health and you have a lot of things that you think you can change at the health ministry and you are competent, yet appoint just because you are an opposition or because you do not support the president, you don't want to take up that appointment. You are not fighting, you are not doing it to the president, but you are doing it to your own self, you are doing it to your own family. Because what other Gambians are going through, you can go through it. Your mother could be sick and then taken to that hospital. Your sister, your wife. So I don't know. I think all of them are competent, all of them are experienced, all of them they love Gambia. And I think all of them can be in positions they can make a change. But like I said, the constitution mandates the president to appoint or dismiss any minister that he feels. So Barrow will sit down and analyze these things. The reason why also that also is could be important also. Gambia is very polarized and we are very much divided, both politically and in certain areas. So building up a government of national unity will consolidate and engineer the reconciliation and in moving forward. You know, it's something that is going to be positive, and I think it doesn't mean those people who go and join him, they are abandoning their political parties. But I think it will go a long way in healing the nation. It will go a very long way in bringing people together and uniting us. And we work together. If election comes and they want to run, they can always go and stand. Because that does not stop you from running or against Barrow or running with Barrow and all this stuff. So important at the end of the day, Gambia la matata. Because all of us, we cannot be that much important more than the Gambia because Gambia population is bigger than us. So Mekoko Keladrong, Namira, Sama, how would history judge us? So it's always very much important. We may have a disagreement on how we see things. We may have a lot of contradictions on certain issues, but at the end of the day, one of the biggest opportunity if we have programs like this, we are able to sit down and discuss agree to disagree on issues momo yala kumo for with respect. Mimbe sonna song mimman song fanang you disagree based on respect, but also ye cool and the tableau kan. Ni yalon ko ni modo ya jube balon ko nyinde nyinati na man song and bari ay min landi fanang wo fanang is another thing that we can also look at and see. So at the end of the day, I think Gambia won and democracy won because a lot of people sacrifice their lives, a lot of people lose their businesses, a lot of people la marriage tinyata in the last 23 years. So Nintata Force at this point, we are having elections and the results are given out in a campaign freely. We were able to choose who we want freely in a fair and democratic system. I think what needs to be done is we need to ask the question the way forward. And the way forward is to look at the Election Act, to have a constitution. Is either we amend this constitution or we bring in a new constitution. And then Nialanko, it will serve the test of time. Not just a constitution for the sake of constitution, but a constitution Nialanko in the next 100 years from now. Purka amend, it will be very difficult.
It will be difficult.
So yeah. That's what I see. Ninga kumonko fajang mi alam ko anis lo mantanyo la yalam ko harma dingola tim mabaliale. But whatever I said anis lo tatanyola fanang alala kero.
Aka janimba fala Gambia no la ala ye harje lale. Nte I will take the nte be tala lo follow ala ye harje barin kela mimbo koete. So jandim mbedi la Gambia no lo, but we are blessed to have you, brother. We are blessed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So your family continues. If an I see no demanding.
Inshallah.
Yes.
No
For
problem.
Sunday. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Allah kaburandang. This is it. Memi nyene kanunga sotola saying alanga mobe jio mimba alanga jio mimba ngang kala olomba alanga jio mi arte di metal para alanga jio mi ngasi kona to ngam fam ali alanga jio mi wallahi ngan niyo ngam fonyan dim follow sanji lulu mbija. Then it's now next minute. Momo bita code, you have the right. You have the right. But I see kai. If Adam Barrow, I'm sorry, we're gonna go with Adam Barrow. And Naman Sabula, I've make the Luala. Ball for them follow, but we are sending our big congratulations. President Barrow, Intermedia Network, Mbe Koma. Congratulations. Dolo fanan ko ni IC la. Dirim kunum be sirin jam funka funkula. Mare Gambia do ko le mbulala. So be congratulate Leila winning. Dol dem be min folede. Ni la cabinet tata kay alkana bunda sorong al famfeje. Anin solata kali ni ka fennan ta su tolong. Ani mol ni nyakando lo banko emergency be care momo be siring be dere iso hakilo tila ji natela job description o tala faje afoy ko be kalfinti la nan ni Gambia no le kacha ala fayla do ku job description o ela palaso yama so ndebe yamar la wala tol Gambia no minala be join na bare tol fana be sila janne afale president Barrow nyin don wani de. So Fananta Bay, you congratulate. Next congratulations of Honorable Daboka. Dabo Mumoleti, we cannot take that away from him. Ayala katapuwa minkala, law minkenyum bankunga. Ayala career min sacrifice, bankoy. So, beten tulambe jayida. Your funding kel karande politikola. Your dimbal karande politikola. When you horma nge bunya, Arabi is not meant to be. But guess what? Anita Tije. Your dimbal minukulu. It's a win. That means it's you. so be tentula alama ale so jata kende ala ya taye fonyon din sai taye yam fatete fonyon din e jata kende asoto bisaje na yenjelen sila ko tembe inbana be ban no fay jata kende asoto badi yeah bausena baraka yes salute your service bitala honorable Halifa Sallah kan fana yakata atina lungo minna fanga sarata ka ko nyina mala last time woli ni okuyata keta emotional wanka nyonyi ninka Gambia political without Halifa Sallah ngami for honorable Dago wala anatol manke president wal barale di mayal min kulu ali al dingol min kulu alla pati dingol alla Gambian tol bijandi in dalla dimbal momo win atol le win so alistali da hali fonyante sai aliye yamar aliye tarandu maliye yamar ka kairo doron na duwali anen simaya odoron jata kende because ngajal albe retire so alma retired bal sindila ko malal ka advice yo meja menim fal ndego atelier dalale fon city side atelier dalale city atol be murunda nan so alama alayal al balwal la funding ke airport the game have just started atol la game was start al ni mama kan be campo mo be contrana ila timol be alman johnson timol ya kata ila patil ya kata Gambian dimol don't was I man feel so be falali to say love you into media network I see him from bulala wala noma Gambia no dum dal be continue la kakacha nim platform on nal dental okay next Sunday woto la fon dala be siti la ngana do ko la fa no da 5 years andun takala na ko natol be le baake okay ala baraka sa be music in dim play la aliye fonyonde ala ngam fonyonde thank you congratulations MPP come I'm invite me young the tankla bikata brother jite amad jite bal kontona la kata photo alla timo ya win so mina la photo bal tekula majima ala baraka information minister Ibrahim Silla bal tentula almadai ali dala city baral winter okay sila ko temije ali winter le ngin silo koto babu sane won bal be konton MPP be balbe kontan na bal tentula kenyina la na honorable ola bimbina dala sitil wala honorable Sekou Maro dala sito site tella side so be tentula be jayila gre de aluin talde but it's okay yeah sila ko tempije this is just the beginning okay lawin demba bal ko okay yo nditala UDP Kampoto youngster brother yara den kampo sister arrest ine arrest la lokati bonde yo alado man alga ko be tamande duwane hakilo ali right sotole stano lawna aral ngado man yo ala baraka Maleso si mayala wintabi mama sana ko continue ke wat yo kana Gambian dol be karafela so tuma tamala karafarela mari ke wet babu diga african lali afale ke karafa man satalala ke karafela ila man sakunda min kana sister so kana jine ara kinero mo fata yeah
National Campaign Manager, Regrouping Chap, National Wing Mobilization.
Nalia fiti jam alhamdulillah to min kanti be manyon soto be participate